What would Jesus do, Big T?
Probably not play golf.
But if he did?
Well, he'd win the gold. He wouldn't be in position at
we
third.
wouldn't be talking about bronze.
He would shoot an 18. He would shoot 54 under.
18 holes in ones?
Yeah,
that'd be
like
ridiculous.
Kim Jong-un. In a world of slot reels and blackjack deals comes the must-play event of the summer from DraftKings Casino. Featuring non-stop action and an all-star cast of games, including A-Lister and Loki's Luck, this summer blockbuster is one you won't want to miss. Plus, new players can get $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $1 wager, and all players get a Blockbuster Bonus every week. So sign up with code MACRO and grab your popcorn. It's showtime on DraftKings Casino.
Welcome back to the Macrodosing Pod. It is
Tuesday,
August 6th. I was getting there, dog. I didn't
want you to have to struggle.
I was actually, because I was like, damn, you got to do it in the future. And it's a beautiful Tuesday, hopefully, where you're at. If it's not, make it so. Eric is still out doing Hobbit things. So I flew into town. I'm in the studio here with my dog, Big T, Mac and Maddie on the ones and twos. And we got Jerry.
JJ.
Happy to be here. Love the show.
My dog.
Big fan of the show.
My dog.
This is a good trio right here.
Yeah, man. we big fans of you, man. What's going on in Jerry's world, man?
Not much. I've been on a cold plunge little train lately. I love it.
Cold plunge train. Explain.
Dude, I've been doing it every day. It is great.
Oh, cold. Just actually cold.
Yeah, going in the cold plunge. I do 20 minutes in the sauna on like 190 degrees. Then the cold plunge. I've been trying to get lower and with the degrees, but it's tough. I'm at like 56, 57 right now.
That cold.
Yeah. It's not like people do it in the 40s and 30s. Yeah, I can't do it there yet.
I feel it's a mental challenge for sure.
And I will be honest, I don't know if I feel like this is okay to say on the show. Erections have been really good. Like, I don't know what it is with the cold plunge, but like I do the sauna, cold plunge, shower. That's my like nighttime routine. I haven't tried early in the morning yet, but like when I get in bed at nighttime, it's like, wow, this is great. I feel great. The blood's flowing.
So just like before you go to sleep, it just happens, or you have a routine?
I think we're in a routine now.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, a routine.
Well, I guess cold plunges. What is it called? Contrast. They call it.
Yes.
Call it contrast.
Mm-hmm.
It does stimulate blood flow.
Yeah,
and so that and diet can.
Have you done it? Like, obviously, former football player.
I used to live in them things. Yeah.
After a game, did you do it?
After every game,
practice,
every workout. Yeah.
And what degrees did you do it at?
It was like in the 30s.
Yeah, see, I can't get there yet.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's like a shock to the body, but like once you do, it's like part of.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put the booties on, like the little footies?
No.
You
think
that might help because we used to do it. Well, when I first started doing this was like in college. We put the footies on just to get used to it because your toes can get really, and that's really the detriment.
That's the coldest part.
Yeah, and so they have these little. I don't know what material it's made of, but you slip them over.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah, you slip them over, and that kind of helps.
Did you like sauna or no?
I was never a sauna guy. I only did it if I had like a late night drinking or something like that, and I was trying to get all that out.
Shit out of
you. Yeah, and I don't even know if that does that actually.
I don't even know.
But it felt good though.
Yeah, it feels good.
Felt good to sweat. Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. Shout out to your cold plunge journey. Hope you drop them degrees, man.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a degree a day, but I don't know if I can do it.
Yes, that should be the challenge. Yeah. 1 degree a day.
That's what I've been doing.
Is there anything you're trying to do with your erections, or you just?
No, I just noticed it. Like,
gotcha.
30 now, which is I'm young, still in my prime. I feel like,
absolutely.
But I feel like way better, and like they're harder.
Got you.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, don't let us stop you. Don't let us stop you from sharing your journey.
Yeah, no, but I just feel like
I'm happy. I'm happy for you and whoever gets to benefit from that.
Yeah,
I'm happy for that.
But if I feel good.
Nah, you should. Yeah, you bricked up. That's not a
no,
better.
No, not a bad thing. No, not a bad thing.
Not a better feeling actually.
No.
Yeah. Happened too much in my time. What's going on with you, Big T?
We're all broke. I'm broke today.
Why are you broke?
I checked my accounts. Don't do it. If you haven't looked at your accounts,
is this off your junk? What's going on with that? So I guess it says over 1.93 trillion wiped out from the U.S. stock market.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Okay, so now stock market has never been my bag. I loosely understand how it works.
I just know when shit goes really wrong, and then I go check and I get mad.
So you don't know why it's happening?
It was something to do with the Bank of Japan. Japan raised interest rates or something for the first time in forever, and they think it was that, plus the fact that they think we're about to hit a bad recession, which I thought we've been in a recession.
Yeah.
But apparently it hasn't even happened yet, and so everything is tanking hard.
So they call it, this is good for y'all. They call it the Kamala crash.
Yeah, Trump cash, Kamala crash.
Does it have anything? I saw that Lockheed Martin.
Oh, it's because we're going to war.
Shot up. Yeah,
that's because we're going to war too.
Yeah, that could be it though. I don't know what that has to do with Kamala. How are they defining it? Does anybody know?
I just know it has to do with Japan.
I see. I don't know enough about global economics to even.
Isn't it like also like the big time investors are selling off the majority of their stuff, which tanks it a little bit?
Well, yeah, but I think they're doing that because shit's going to get bad. So
Yeah.
here's an explanation I found. Why Japan's interest rate hike has such a big impact on the global financial market. Because the interest rate of the Bank of Japan was negative the past few years, it's equivalent to giving you a subsidy when you go to the bank to borrow money. Take milk as an example. In Japan, because the borrowing interest rate is extremely low, even negative, you can borrow cheap milk from Japan at a very low cost. You can use this cheap milk to sell to the United States, Europe, and other countries with higher interest rates, get a higher price difference for milk, and make a profit from arbitrage transactions.
Okay.
And then there's like 8 more paragraphs. I'm not going to read all of it. But
how much imports or trading do we do with Japan? I still don't understand.
I don't know, but I think because all the markets kind of exist like with one another. So I guess when their shit affects us, I don't know. All I know is all my stocks are down bad.
Yeah, it happens, man. So what I've learned over the years is to always ride the wave. Don't panic sell.
Oh, I don't. I just have IRA and 401k, and I just look at it when shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
So traditionally, the market, you got to ride its ups and downs. But if you look at it, it's always trending up, like from a bird's eye view.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it yields like 5 to 8%.
Usually
over
more
the course.
than that.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know enough about it. Hands up. That's not my bag. But I hope it all bodes well. So I'm looking at what we have, like what imports do we have, like from Japan? Machinery and mechanical appliances, transportation equipment. I don't know, chemicals, plastics, rubber, and leather goods. I figured that much.
I don't think it necessarily has to do with like specific imports as much as just like
how their economy is doing.
They like all the my very base level understanding is that like their market, our market, and then the one in London, like all exist codependently, basically.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, dog, but is this shit all just made up?
I mean,
it's all just made up.
Money's made up.
That's what I'm saying. So how? And this is like the stock market is basically based on, like I said, if there's financial experts out there listening to this, I know they probably pulling their hair out, but it's just the stock market basically just goes off fields, like what people feel is going to happen, and then they sell or buy or trade or whatever the case, depending on that hunch that they have. That's just such
Nancy Pelosi really good at hunches. By the way, did you see MTG? Listen, whatever you want to say about her, she is not insider trading.
Or she losing money?
Oh, hand over fist.
I love that.
Let me see if I can find how much it was.
MTG. You like MTG, Jerry?
I don't even know who that is.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No idea.
The congresswoman from Georgia. She's crazy.
Mm-mm.
She's a lib plant.
I mean, I've probably seen her on like Twitter or something like that. But
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene bought CrowdStrike stock last month, which is the company that completely shut down Microsoft.
Oh, shit.
It's fallen 40%. So far, one of the worst trades we've ever seen.
Oh, who is it? What is his source?
Quiver Quantitative.
And they track?
They have 200,000 followers on Twitter. Yeah, it looks like a financial.
There's got to be somebody that just tracks congressional members.
There's an app that you can you can put your money in the app and select like Nancy Pelosi, whoever, and it does their trades for you. The problem is they don't have to report their trades for like it's either 30 or 60 days or something.
Gotcha.
So you're getting them. So if they know something's going to happen, you're getting it later.
Gotcha.
But
see, now that would be a bipartisan bill. I'm pretty sure we could all get behind. Is if they are going to allow this bullshit to continue, they shouldn't be able to trade at all. But if they are allowed to continue to do it, then they have to disclose what they do right away.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, because that's bullshit, bro. Nancy Pelosi is one of the greatest stock traders of all time. She's like 100 million.
She's lost 9 million today.
Oh shucks.
She has 45 days to disclose any trades, so we don't know if she managed to sell before the crash.
We're gonna
so
keep
it's
an
45
eye on that.
days.
I guarantee she made a move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want. Did she have any stock in Lockheed Martin?
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah, 1,000%. Which is so fucking wild. An arms dealing company that our Congress can buy stock in.
It's crazy.
When they know.
How is that even? That shit is crazy. Oh my God, man. Well, that would actually be a good pod. Is to like have like a stock market, a crash course on the stock market. Because it's just, I don't understand this shit.
We should see if we can get somebody for that for Wednesday.
We want to do a show on Wednesday, but Big T doesn't want to do it. I'm not going to.
We can't do that Wednesday. If that happens, it's
I would like to
long
be
down the
in
road.
studio if we was to do something like that.
All right. Well, good, because you won't be back for a few months, and then maybe you'll forget about it.
It would be a good combo, man. But anywho.
Apparently, Representative Kevin Hearn owns a shit ton of Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, which are the only stocks that are up right now. That's from
wild.
the Nancy Pelosi stock
What is
tracker
Raytheon?
account. They're another defense company.
Jesus Christ. I got a dude at my country club that works for Lockheed Martin. That's how I knew I was in high.
It's a good business to be in.
Yeah, I was in high. I was rubbing elbows with the rich folks.
You were with high net worth individuals.
Yeah, as my mom would say. Fuck that shit though. I'm anti-war at all costs. That's just so crazy to me that they allow that. But anyway,
Can I still get drafted? What's the draft age?
Nah, you too
No,
too old,
26.
bro.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You too old. Oh, speaking of which, you had it on your thing. I was going to talk about it anyway. Tom Kim, he's a golfer out of South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he just had to place in order to miss.
Mandatory
He
military.
had to get a
military.
medal.
He had to get a medal in order
Yeah.
to miss, and so he just missed. What place did he get?
8th.
Yeah, he was 4 shots out of
Oh
the
my
bronze,
God.
I think.
And so now he has to have.
Well, he
military
has
service.
other chances to not do the military service, but this was like a really good
What are
chance
his
for
other
him.
chances? Because that shit.
The Asian
sucks.
Games.
Yeah, they have like an Asian thing that's like the Asian Olympics that you can medal at, or I think you have to win that, or
So
you
the
can.
Asian
You have to
Olympics,
win
is
that, I
is a
think.
real
I
thing?
think it's called the Asian Games.
It is.
And you have to either win that or get any medal at the Olympics, and it's until you're like 28 or something. So
He's like 20 or 21.
he's like
right?
22, I think.
22.
So he has.
Jesus.
So he's got one more Olympics,
Yep.
and then a couple, I would presume, Asian Games.
So
That's tough.
He will
dog.
have
You
a
gotta
chance
play
at-
for your life.
he'll have a chance at Los Angeles 2028 because he'll only be 26 by then, and then winning gold at the Asian Games in 2026. So that's in 2 years. The video of him signing his scorecard yesterday made me want to cry for him.
And he's like he's featured on what's
Full
the name of
Swing.
the show? Full Swing. He
Yeah.
seems so awesome.
Oh, he's one of the coolest.
He's
Yeah.
so
One of the
cute.
coolest dudes.
He's
Yeah.
so cute.
Definitely cute.
Oh, definitely cute.
All right, if you let's say we all three, he's in number 4. We're all in the home stretch. Would y'all let him in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely let him in.
I was talking. I was talking about that yesterday.
though.
What you mean?
You can't. That's compromising the
medal.
integrity of the game.
Fuck the game. This is a man's life. Fuck
Who
the game.
got the
It's
bronze?
the Olympic spirit. It was Japanese golfer.
I think Tommy Fleetwood, wasn't it?
No, Tommy Fleetwood got silver.
Silver. Okay.
Oh, Matsuyama got
Yeah.
gold.
Matsuyama. Okay. Yeah, he's chilling. They all chilling. I would let him in, dog.
Yeah.
It wouldn't mean that much to me. Like I know
Well, he was 4 shots off. It's not like he lost by a shot.
Yeah.
If it was for gold, like that'd be
gotta
different.
get
But
to-
like
I think you get
bronze,
together.
just let him have it.
I think you get together.
I mean, he would have had to get a couple more shots. I would have given it to him.
Also, the name of that course, I when I was researching that, do you know what the course was called? Le Golf National.
That's
the most French fake golf course I've ever heard.
That's what they do. Like anything like LeBron is. They
Yeah.
always do everything.
Oh, the Barstool Social team loves doing Le X.
Yeah.
They did that for the gymnastics too. They were throwing everything in there.
But yeah, that really sucks for him. But you can't give up.
If that man's life is on the line,
Well, he's not going to the front lines.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
They're gonna have him in an office doing something.
How you know that? You don't know that
Because he's Tom Kim. And there have been
so
other
why do it at all then?
it's the rule. Did they ever make those that BTS group do it? Because I
They're
remember
currently in it.
really?
But they're in offices and stuff. They're not like.
Because I remember there was a big
lines.
thing about them having to do it.
Yeah, they're currently part in their military service, but I don't know what their exact roles in it are.
Bruh, you need to tell if you third and he had shot off Big T and he's one shot off and you on 18, he's on 17. You ain't gonna be like miss a couple putts.
Okay, what if he's tied with somebody else a shot behind
What
you,
if he's not?
and
Let's
then
say he's
he
not.
bogeys and the other guy?
Let's say he's not. Let's say he's you and him are one shot apart and the rest of the field is 6 and you're on 18.
You gotta play your best.
That's crazy.
You
dog.
don't wait.
See, proud
crazy.
American right there.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
would you
What would-
let someone do it for you if like you were in that position, in Tom Kim's position, or would you be like, no, don't let me win?
Oh, I would.
Get me out of this
mean,
shit.
Yeah, that's what
I would.
agree.
Yeah, I would prefer to get that by any means necessary, but I wouldn't
saying.
expect anyone to do
Like,
that.
But if they told you,
if
like,
he
hey,
if he walks around and flaunts the bronze medal, then I'd be like, that was kind of fucked up, bro. But if he's just like, bro, I appreciate it, I'll give you the medal. Fuck the medal. I don't want to go to war. Like, fuck that shit.
I see where you're coming from.
What would Jesus do, Big T?
Probably not play golf.
But if he did,
Well, he'd win the gold. He wouldn't be in
Right.
position at
we
third.
wouldn't be talking about
Yeah.
bronze.
He would shoot an 18. He would shoot 54 under.
18 holes in ones.
Yeah,
That'd be
like
ridiculous.
Kim Jong Un.
That'd be ridiculous.
I think they
man.
said one time he shot a 20.
Come on, man.
He had 16
Are they serious with that
hole
shit?
in one. I think so.
on,
I believe
man.
I remember that. Yeah. Kim Jong Un golf score.
That's hilarious.
You fix your mouth to say some silly ass shit like that.
Oh,
Well, shit, they just said Trump scored back-to-back eagles on par fours.
Saw that.
Come on, cuz. You believe that shit, Jerry? You're a Trump guy.
I played with Trump.
he made back
Not in the same group, but I played in the same event as Trump. He's really good.
No, I don't think he's a bad.
He does. I will say this: he does. His caddies are also known to
move some shit out the way.
around. I will say that.
caddies.
I said this before, but he played that typical old man golf.
Of course,
Yeah,
straight,
yeah.
180 yards, 200 yards.
And if it's in a spot he don't want to hit, he'll move that shit.
for sure.
I mean, that's how you're supposed to play at that age. Who wants to deal with possibly fucking up your club? For what? You know?
So it was Kim Jong Il in 1994 in the very first golf round of his life. Shot a 38 under, including 11 holes in one.
That's unbelievable. Shout out to that guy.
So 38 under would be what, a 34? Or, it could be 32 or
It'd be
32 to 34.
It depends on what kind of course it was. A 72 or 71.
Yeah, it says a 7,700 yard
77.
championship course.
That's so far.
he shot a what?
38 under, 11 holes in one.
Oh my god,
Bro,
dog.
that's such a big, long course.
And he was 5'3".
What year was this?
1994.
Oh yeah, back when the cameras weren't as good. Shout out to that guy, dog.
They don't poop either. Do you know that?
Who?
The North Korean leaders.
What?
They say Kim Jong Un doesn't poop.
Is he like
That's why he's so chubby, probably.
Yeah, boys, backed up.
Is he like you know how some like in Japan back in the day they used to say that their leaders were like deities. Is that how they
Oh, dude,
sell it?
they've built like they are the god of the country.
So it's not even a dictatorship. That shit's like
No, dude. Have you ever seen like some of the footage that people have escaped out of North Korea? It's crazy. It's so eerie. Like it is like fake. Like it's a fake place.
Oh, so that thing on what was that movie?
Shawshank?
No, the one with Seth Rogen. Oh my god.
I'm just thinking of prison.
That's a goated movie though.
Yeah.
No,
The Intern?
no.
No.
Where they went to North Korea.
Yeah,
and befriended
it's
him.
called
With
what's
James
it
Franco
called?
and-
Yes, James Franco.
The Interview.
The Interview.
There you go.
Hilarious.
So is
movie.
it like that when he went there? Like there was like fake buildings. Set
Oh
up
yeah,
and
no,
stuff
they have like
really?
facades of buildings that aren't real. Yeah.
Because there's like people starving and shit, right?
Yeah.
I remember us talking about like there's like cannibalism over there,
There's no food. And if you visit like
which could be wrong. Don't
so
quote me
you
on that.
can visit and go on like a tour or whatever. That's how like that Otto Warmbier guy got, in trouble.
Right.
They'll take you to like, they have a perfectly curated apartment with like actors in there as a family. And they're like, look how beautiful our apartment is. We love the dear leader.
That's
Right?
crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Know that.
I would like to.
We should get a tour. We should go do a tour.
You should not do
Macrodosing.
that.
Oh my god.
You'll never
I
come
think
back,
I
I'll tell you
would.
that much.
Yeah.
I think I would. I can placate to the wow. This is nice. I can act. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You're doing a great job. You get a bad rap out on the outside. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, don't
They
forget.
say a lot of bad things, but I don't agree.
Arian has an extensive IMBD.
That's facts,
DB.
though. I'll be.
I wonder if they've ever seen a black person.
Dennis
Of
Rodman.
course, they have the.
Oh,
they,
yeah.
do they
Dennis
have
Rodman.
That's facts. Do
They don't have the
internet?
internet.
There's no internet?
No, dude. They don't even have, they have like one TV channel and it's like the state controlled
It's just-
news that tells you like, oh, Kim Jong-un shot a 38 under today.
That's
Like,
crazy.
that's what they
Wait,
have.
hold on. So this is like the Truman Show.
Oh, dude. It's
North Korea's like the Truman Show.
I forget the exact numbers, but they were like, the reason nobody has ever tried to like liberate North Korea is because if you went in there and like were to overthrow the government and you like freed the people, basically, the amount of time it would take you to get the population to like normal. I forget what the number was, but it was something crazy. They're like, it's not possible. Like the whole country is brainwashed. And like now some of them kind of get a hold to what's going on. And
Is this
because there's some that escape and all that. But
So I went on this. I woke up. You know how you ever fall asleep to YouTube?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. So I woke up and there was this dude who did it. It's a 5-hour video, and I only watched like the first hour and a half, 2 hours, and I fell asleep. But when it came on, he did an entire montage of all North Korean films, and so he watched all like from the 50s and 60s. He's watched like almost every lore there is, and it's actually fascinating how like the propaganda he was talking about, but how some have really good stories, and it's a fascinating watch. I'll find it for you if you have some time. Watch it, but it's wild how from like the kids shows they have all the propaganda all the way up into like romance novels and shit.
So with North Korea, like, how long has it been like that for?
since the Korean War, so
Wow.
like the 50s or 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this. This is
Do they have
fascinating.
like a limit on how many kids you can have and stuff like that?
I'm sure. I don't know.
Wow.
And they in school, they like tell the kids, they show them pictures of like the richest neighborhoods in America, and they're like, this is how every single American lives, and they all hate you.
Wow.
And like they all live in these crazy houses, and like
Damn.
it's a crazy, it's one of the most fascinating like things that exists, honestly.
They got some North Koreans in the Olympics, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And they apparently,
How do they allow that?
so what I heard, I don't know if this is a fact, but they like take those people's families and they're like, if you don't come back, like we'll just kill your entire family.
Wow.
So they have to know, because if you spent any amount of time around normal people, you're gonna get to asking questions. They're gonna get to asking questions, and y'all talking, especially other Koreans.
I'm sure if you visited another country, you're like, what's going on here?
Are they allowed to visit?
Well, like the Olympians, like they're in Paris.
No, I'm saying like are normal
Oh,
citizens
I
allowed
don't
to travel?
Think
Because
so.
we're not allowed to go there. I know that.
You can.
No,
you
you
just
can't.
have to sign your life away. Dude, that's how the college kid that got
No,
killed.
you can't go anymore. I think
Well, there might be like a
look it up.
temporary
I don't.
thing.
I
on
don't
it.
think we're allowed to go there right now.
Normally you can. You just have to sign your life away.
What does that mean? Sign your life away.
Be like, they tell you like there's a good chance you don't come back, but like you're responsible for it. You're correct. Since September 2017, the State Department has made it illegal to travel to North Korea with an American passport.
Jesus.
What says travel to, enter through North Korea on a U.S. passport without this special validation may justify revocation of your passport for misuse. So it sounds like you could still, if you really wanted to, get some sort of waiver or something.
It looks nice. The skyline looks nice.
All those buildings are fake.
Fake buildings, you think?
Yeah.
Around. No, I
No.
refuse to.
Well, they're like
This is
empty.
what's fascinating to me. For every kind of like oppression of a people, there's always like this underground society that's trying to liberate. I can only imagine the underground liberation thing that's going on in North Korea. It has to be people trying to facilitate.
They'll
that.
just kill you.
But there has to be some kind of resistance.
Well, you'd think in the last 70 years they'd have done it.
No, shit. Slavery lasted for how much? 300 years.
Well, more than that. Long time.
American
Thousands.
slavery?
Well, just
I'm talking
in
about
general.
I'm sorry, an institutional oppression. That's what I'm talking about. That is an institutional oppression. So it's like it's embedded in the society, and that took hundreds of years to free here. I can only imagine like what stage they're at, right?
Well, but I want to be careful how I phrase this. The North Korean government has kind of, if you were to create the state that they have, kind of done it perfectly. The people are starving. They're not able to rise
I understand what
up.
you're saying, but it's a wild.
Yeah, no.
way to
It's
say
a terrible, awful place. But
Yeah.
they've you're not strong enough to rise up. There's no guns. They don't have cars. There's nothing.
I've seen a couple cars on here.
Yeah, but I think those are the people who work in the government and shit.
Gotcha.
Some of the videos you see, the streets are just completely empty.
So hold on, what's the population? Let me see.
I would guess that there are 28 million people.
There's
in North Korea.
26. Hell of a
I'm
guess.
that's maybe my number one talent is estimating shit.
Yeah,
I can-
I'm gonna put that to the
26.
test.
And I can.
Glad you said it.
Another thing is
No, I
I
believe
can
you.
Wow.
I had just said it.
I can guess what time it
Okay.
is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
well if I haven't seen it in a while. So
That's impressive. Actually.
I haven't looked at the time since I remember we started at 12:22,
Dude, that's a lot of people you can
and
get
we've
together.
been going for probably 25 minutes. I'm gonna guess it is 12:47.
Nope. 58.
58.
We've been going longer than I
Not
thought.
a bad guess. Yeah. Okay, give me. Let's play guess the population. What is the population?
It's not just population; it's in general. But I'll see how well I can do.
Well, you're
population.
one for
Okay.
one
Yeah.
for two.
Yeah.
Let's see the population of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Are we doing city limits or metropolitan statistical area?
Whatever pops up when I.
I generally prefer
When I Google this
MSA.
shit.
I prefer MSA.
Okay.
Google
Minnesota.
Minneapolis MSA.
What is MSA?
Metropolitan Statistical Area.
This guy.
It's
MSA.
the suburbs too, not
Okay,
just the
okay.
city limits.
Okay.
So you have that
I
number?
got it up.
Okay,
Minneapolis, Minnesota, plus suburbs.
I'm going to guess that Minneapolis has 2.7 million people.
3.6. Yeah, you're actually shit at this.
That's not that bad.
That's a third off.
You're one and three. You're
It's a
33%.
quarter off.
It's good in baseball. It's shit in basketball.
Okay. Give me one more. Give me
Okay.
one more city.
All right, Jerry, pick the city.
Austin.
Oh, that's growing. Austin, Texas, MSA.
Austin, if Minneapolis has 3.6, Austin's got to be
I got it.
bigger than that, I think. I'm going to go 4-4, Bob.
No. Yeah, you do suck at this.
What is it?
2.2.
Really?
Yeah. Austin was small, very small, and it is growing pretty fast.
I would have. That's that's crazy.
You would think Austin is bigger than it is, but it's a pretty small. Well, I mean, 2 million people is a lot.
Yeah.
But it used to be small.
It's not just
growing.
cities, though. A lot of stuff. I'm very good at
You're
estimating.
25%. You are
No.
certifiable dog shit at this, actually.
To randomly guess the population of North
You're the
Korea.
one that said you could do it.
No, I usually am very good. Those were
I highly doubt this. No.
You can ask anybody.
I'm asking you.
Ask anybody.
You want to do it again?
Find, yeah, sure, but find me something that's not find whatever you want. Find whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Okay. So are we doing populations or not populations?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Let's do something that you may be vaguely familiar with.
Okay.
Memphis, MSA population. Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis is going to be 1.6.
I'm gonna give you that one. That's 1.3. Okay.
There you go.
Now we're
2
back
for
on track.
5. I want to do one more.
Okay, do one more.
Do one more. All right, we're gonna go. Jerry, pick. Give me a good city, man.
I'll pick my favorite city of all time.
Okay.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Ooh.
That's gonna be tough.
Because that has a lot of shit around.
Bro,
it.
every city in fucking like the Phoenix area is so. Every city you've ever heard of in Arizona is all just Phoenix.
Why is that one of your favorite cities? It's so hot there.
I love it. I don't know, just the way of life there.
I found out pretty recently that Tempe, Arizona, where Arizona State is just Phoenix.
Yeah, it's in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Scottsdale, Arizona. Fuck, that's hard.
It is tough. I didn't know this actually.
I'm gonna guess that Phoenix as a whole probably has 4 or 5. So Scottsdale, let's say 2.1 million.
Way off. 4.8.
What?
Wow, really?
Yeah. As of 2022. So that means it's probably more.
What is Phoenix?
Jesus.
Phoenix got to be up there, dog. Let's see.
Wow, Scottsdale's that big?
Phoenix, Arizona MSA population is 5 million. Damn, Arizona's grown since I was there in 2008. I did my my combine training there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was dope.
Well, explain this. So Scottsdale's 4.8 and Phoenix is 5. That doesn't make any sense. Scottsdale's Phoenix.
I don't know, man. That's what it says. That's what we do.
I question that.
Okay.
I question that.
Okay, so it's rigged. It seems
could
to be.
be. It
Seems
could
to be a
be.
theme with y'all.
It
But,
could be.
all right, man.
It could be rigged.
Scottsdale is a lot smaller than Phoenix. I will say that.
That's what it said. Let me double back on my. I mean,
No, I believe it.
No, yeah, I'm seeing
That's what
4.6
it
for
says.
Scottsdale, but I don't understand how Phoenix is 5 then.
I don't know enough about the landscape of that area.
Yeah.
I know they have a really good breakfast spot I used to go to all the time though, which probably isn't there anymore.
Generally, though, very good at estimating.
I don't think so. Actually,
No, I am. You just gave me random towns. That's
Well,
to
okay,
get
in what
that would be
area?
a miracle.
I want you to win, Big T. I'm rooting for you, dog.
We should do this until you get one on the number.
I'm just telling you.
Well, what I'm saying is, you give me a metric in which by you can be good at, because right now
It
you're not.
just comes up randomly. Like when you said North Korea, I was like, I don't know, 28. It's 26. It comes as it comes.
Okay, let's do stadium populations, seating. Like how,
I mean, okay.
is that not?
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm trying to go
That's
in your
fine.
warehouse.
That's fine.
The one that you did get is Memphis, and because you know Tennessee.
Sure.
I was trying. I want you to win, bro.
Sure.
All right, so let's do the New York. No, let's do the Buffalo Stadium. The Buffalo Stadium.
Okay,
capacity.
it's small.
What is it called?
They change the name all the time. Is it New Era now?
Buffalo Bills.
I actually don't know. There's a
Barstool
new
bid on
one.
it, or we were going
I think
to,
so,
right?
yeah.
Isn't it Highland something?
Highland Park?
Bang.
It's
Highland Mark.
So it's small.
It's Highmark Stadium.
I'm
Mark.
going to say it is 62,000.
71,000.
Is it that many?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
All right. Whatever.
I don't want
Whatever.
to, piss in your Wheaties. I was trying to. I wanted this to be true because I like having a friend that's like more knowledgeable than me. But it seems like I may be more knowledgeable than you at this. Try me.
Hang on.
Who you
Hang
calling?
on.
Who you calling?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Hey. You're on the show right now. How good am I at estimating shit?
Insanely good.
All right. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, random voice.
I promise. This is my thing. You're giving me random shit, and that's fine. I should have done better. But
It's an off day.
yeah,
an
no,
off
I've got corroboration.
Yeah, from an unnamed source. But say, I'll take your word for it, dog. I'm gonna take your word for it. There's a couple things I wanted to get to. This is one of the more crazy stories I've heard. You had it on your list. RFK.
This guy.
Okay, so this is one of the most insane. Like, I'm gonna get ahead of this story. So the New Yorker apparently was going to write it's basically a hit piece, but it's kind of just like investigative journalism. We'll see how it comes out. About a story from 2014, I think.
Yeah. So he told this story and I listened to it and I thought this happened in like the 80s. Turns out it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. So it's pretty recent. And so how did he get ahead of it? He films himself telling the story to Roseanne Barr.
Caught me very off guard. I was like, is that Roseanne?
It was Roseanne, which is, hey, if y'all friends, that's what's up. I don't have a problem with that. But it's just a wow. And she's listening to it with her cup of coffee. I mean, it's a thing. And he's telling, he's okay, this is what kills me. He's doing it like it's just like haphazardly. Like, this is what happened. And as he's telling the story, it gets wilder and wilder. And I don't know what to think of it. The long story short is he says that he saw a bear that somebody else had hit, right? Mm-hmm. So he saw a bear that somebody else had hit. He wanted to skin it. And so I guess there's some things that you can have, some licenses you can have to do that to a bear in New York. And so as he's loading it in his car, he realized he's going to be late to a steak dinner that he had plans for. So he leaves it in the car, goes to the steak dinner, and he was with a bunch of friends who had been drinking, but not him. He made that very clear. He wasn't drinking, but he was with a bunch of friends that were, and they thought it was a good idea. And let's listen to all the drunk friends and what they want to do with the bear that's in your car. So he listens to the drunk friends, and they take it to Central Park, and he had an old bike in there too, I'm guessing. Is that what he said?
I don't remember where the bike came from, but he was like...
it had to be in the car with them.
I would guess.
Because he said, this is a bike, I wanted to get it. He wanted to do something with the bike. And she's like, I had a bike there. So he has a bike and a bear in his trunk. And he goes to Central Park, and he wanted to make it look like a biker hit the bear. And he's like, I just thought it would be really funny that a biker comes across the path, like, oh, that's funny, a bear got hit by a biker. So he leaves the bike and the bear in Central Park along a bike route. And then he says, and then the next morning I wake up, it's crazy. It's everywhere. There's a bear in Central Park. And they say that they're going to go get fingerprints. They're going to fingerprint the bike. And he's like, well, my fingerprints are all over the bike. And so, I mean, that's the basis of the story. This is insane. Am I alone in that? Like,
no, it was so. And his tweet, he tweets out this video and says, "Looking forward to see how you spin this one, New Yorker." And he just told the whole story that they were going to tell. And it's like,
I guarantee it's worse than what he said, though. He's absolutely was drinking and driving and hit a bear. Can we come to that conclusion?
So potentially, but he did. So he said that was in like upstate New York, and he was driving back to New York City.
Yeah, to go to a steak dinner.
That's a lot of driving. Now I guess if he was drunk when he hit the bear, and then he said they were going like bird watching or something, I guess he could have worn it off by then.
In what world do you hit a bear and then listen to your drunk friends about what to do with the corpse?
Yeah, the whole thing is. Did you see the picture he took?
Oh, of him in the back of the thing? Yeah.
He put his hand in the bloody mouth of the bear and was like, it's eating me. This guy, it's a shame that this presidential election is so insane that we're not even covering this weirdo.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's a whack job.
Is that skinned? Did he skin it? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't. That must be where it got hit, I guess.
Yeah, it got hit or something like that.
I thought you were going to say he put the bear on the bicycle in the park.
But when he was telling this story, I was like, this must be something that happened in the 70s or 80s. Yeah. And it was 10 years. There's news clips of it. They're like, the bear was found in Central Park.
So he's probably 50 years old when this happened.
Yeah.
Like, grow up, bro. Like, they call
It's
the
just
proper
so
authorities.
weird.
It's a wild.
Yeah, that
this
is pretty weird.
This is why I think there's more to this story than what he said, because no rational 50-year-old adult is gonna do that. I'm gonna trick some bikers into thinking a bear got hit by a bicyclist.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really.
It's a wild story, and that's being generous.
It's insane. And he also said he was going to skin it to have the meat. Have you ever heard of anyone eating bear?
Yeah. People
I
eat
have
bear.
not.
Really?
Yeah.
People eat bear.
Have you had it?
I never had it, no, but people do eat bear.
I've never heard of that.
Really?
No.
Oh,
I
yeah,
never
I've
heard
of
of
it. Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't know. I've known people eat bear before.
Like regularly, or they just
I don't know about regularly, but
tried it out?
I've seen it on some like shows before for sure.
I've never heard of it, but I mean, I don't doubt you, brother.
Most hunters who do eat blackened grizzly bear say the meat is usually good or very good unless the animal has been feeding on fish. Isn't that all they eat?
I thought in honey, right?
Isn't that the whole thing?
Or is that
Yeah.
just
Salmon, they love salmon, yeah.
So it's good except for all of them.
I don't know enough about bears, man. That's such a fucking wild story, dog. Yeah, I've never. It's just the. Let me get ahead of this one.
Crazy.
And then just to have Roseanne Barr just randomly, it reminds me of like, when rappers want to do like a freestyle or something, they'll put a bunch of the homies in the back just to look a little more tough. Like he got Roseanne in the video just to seem a little bit more credible, I guess. I don't know, man. That's a wild story.
It's one of the weirdest tweets I've ever seen posted on Twitter.
I don't get it, dog.
I've never hit an animal before, I don't think, driving. Even like a possum or something like that.
I
can't
have
remember.
hit an animal.
Yeah?
Yeah, I hit a squirrel. I felt bad.
Oh, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I've seen a bunch of dogs on the side. Didn't feel as bad, but
One of my favorite tweets of all time is the Blake Griffin tweet. After he
what's that one?
Oh, he was like, I killed a squirrel or something
accidentally hit a squirrel yesterday in my car. Feel so guilty I could barely sleep. Casey Anthony is a monster.
I think it was like during her trial.
Damn.
It was in 2011, so yeah, it probably was.
Those are facts, though.
That's one of my favorite tweets of all time.
Somebody quoted the RFK tweet with a tweet from this guy in 2014. It says, check this shit out, motherfucker. And then in parentheses, I slide one foot out from under me and fall on my ass. Unclear what kind of move I was trying to do.
Wait, what?
That's what RFK did.
Oh, okay, I got it. Nah, that's odd as shit, dog. I don't know, man. That dude is, and then, oh no, the funniest one I saw was there was this meme, and it was RFK, and there's like a digitally imposed worm coming out of his brain, and it said, "Take the bear and put it on the bike, Robert."
Just such a weirdo.
Oh, that's wild, man. Hall of Fame game. Did you watch?
Not a second.
Really? I thought
No.
football was back. You excited?
You could. I don't watch NFL regular season if it's not the Falcons. You couldn't pay me to watch the first preseason.
Oh, you're
game.
not like an NFL guy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's so,
Professional.
Yeah, it's corporate.
Corporate football.
Yeah.
You don't like football at a high level? It's better. The quality's better.
We've talked about this. Like the quality of athletes doesn't do anything for me. Like I find the NBA boring too. They just make every shot. That's boring as shit. Like, oh, they made another one. Then the game finishes 162 to 157. Like that's great. If you want to watch people make every shot, go watch the NBA. It's awesome. And they play music the whole game so that your ADHD doesn't. You're never not entertained. It's great. I like the passion.
Well, why do you like professional baseball? There's not a lot. Well,
I like college baseball too, but no, professional baseball is the one sport where like it's the difference. Now the difference in skill is massive, but the difference in atmosphere, like
it's like a low vibe.
Yeah, well,
majority.
There's 162 games,
That's what I'm saying,
obviously, and it's throughout the summer. But baseball is just, I don't know. Well, I just like baseball, so,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I got you. I wanted to get your thoughts on this, dog. So I don't know if you saw this, but this year, all 32 NFL teams will start using facial recognition to verify the identity of people entering the stadium. And so they showed this clip. Have you saw the clip?
From the Cowboys?
Yeah. Insane. So being a football guy and a freedom guy, What do you feel about this?
I guess I assumed that's existed for a while. Like,
Why do they care? Why are they doing this?
I guess in case something happens, they can.
I know they ban some like if you have like some kind of disturbance. I know they ban people from going to
Yeah.
games. And how could you even know who it is or what it is?
True.
You know, so if you have facial recognition, but that can get into some tricky territory too. Because what if it's the wrong person that just looks like it?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I've never been to a game before. What do you mean? Yeah, no, this is freaky. And then what if you want to take your side piece to a game?
True.
You know what I mean? And look at this shit, bro. Like look how this is. They zoom
so clear.
Yeah, it's HD quality, and they zoom in. Look at this shit.
That's pretty crazy.
Nah, bro, that's not okay.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed that's been happening for a while.
Like in NFL stadiums or just everywhere.
Just in general.
You
But
think so?
specifically at places like that, yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, you walk down the street, there's a camera on every corner.
Not everywhere.
Most places.
Could be. I did want to talk. We don't have to, but I did want to talk about the boxing fiasco that we have. It's a major story.
I don't care, but you can do whatever you want.
All right, I'll talk about it with Jerry.
Oh yeah, we can talk.
Okay, bet. So there was a lady boxer, and let me see what her name was, man. You know her name, Big T?
Era?
Alif something.
yeah.
I don't want to butcher it. but-
Got you.
Algerian?
Yeah, she was Algerian,
Yeah.
and she won against a Italian lady, and it was just a one-hitter quitter, and then she just stopped boxing. She was like, "I've never been hit that hard in my life," and then it got all over the internet, and she does look very masculine, and so people thought that she was trans. Now it's illegal to be trans in Algeria, and so it brought up then why does she present so masculine? And I guess she has what is it, a Y chromosome allegedly, and so but she still is biologically a female. So there's a big outrage about it, and it was kind of interesting to see the outrage because the first it was we shouldn't have trans people in sports, and then it was okay, but she's not trans, she just has a Y chromosome, and then it's like, well, but she's biologically female, and that to me seems like the whole issue in a nutshell is trans folks are saying it's not as cut and dry, it's not as black and white as it seems.
Yeah.
And that's why people want to present or feel like they have to present in a different way. But that seems to be the people who are against it. That seems to be their argument here was originally was trans, found out she wasn't trans. Then it's like, oh, well, she has too high testosterone because of a Y chromosome. Well, to me, that perfectly displays why it's not as black and white as it seems, right? So now, me personally, I don't know enough about the issue. This is just what's been coming to me. I'm all for people, doing what they want to do as long as it don't affect nobody else. But to me, it seemed kind of unfair to the girl.
I did see though the year before, 2023, possibly she got banned from. I didn't look much into the story.
I think it was from a boxing commission in
Okay.
the world. I forget the organization. You know the organization name, Big T?
It was like the world championship or something, and her
Right.
testosterone level was too high.
It was too high to box in the women's.
And then they offer to do or mandate to do a genetic testing on her, or no?
I
don't
didn't
know.
see that.
I read something that there was some genetic testing that they wanted to have done possibly, but they didn't do it. I don't know. I got to look into it more.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Of course, I haven't read every single thing on it, but I just saw some of the think pieces and the hit pieces.
Yeah.
And it's to me, there's no clear distinction of like, from what I gathered, she's biologically a male. A female, and her testosterone levels are super high.
Yeah.
But to me, is that not just like a genetic, I guess, advantage in the sport? So it's like being like LeBron's 6'8".
Yeah.
Like, is that not the same variance in athletic prowess?
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know, because that's like, hey, you know, you're a big guy, Arian, but sometimes you have to go against
Right.
linebackers who are twice your size and get hit by those guys. You know,
and it is what it is.
and that's just it's part of the business. So I don't know too much about like. I don't know too much about the story. Now, I don't. Is it 100%? She was definitely not born a man.
Yeah,
Do we
she's
know
a
that?
female.
100%?
Yeah, she's a female.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, what can you really do at that point?
That's to me the issue and what trans people always say from my vantage point. Like I said, I don't want to misrepresent anybody's argument because, like I said, this is not my bag. But it was a major news story. Like,
Yeah.
anytime you have both sides arguing, I'm always going to pay attention a little bit. And it was just a big sticking point to me that it was a biological female on the masculine side of things, which most women in women's sports are. They do present a little bit more masculine. But she has a definite genetic advantage. And, you know, you got to be careful with how you say it because people get, you know, offended either way. But and this is just my opinion, I'm not 100% sold that trans folks should cross those lines of sports. I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to hear those arguments, and I know that's a little conservative of me, right? I know what my side of the aisle argues, but I just haven't seen or dove enough into it. But to me, there's a clear genetic difference, and I know, like I said, you could walking on some thin ice here, but I'm open to hear the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm open to hear it.
Yeah, I don't believe women should be allowed men's sports and opposite, you know.
Although it would be fun, like
Maybe some sports.
that's what I'm saying. So like there's
Maybe darts.
is there because I know, I mean, in every sport, this is why I always have an argument with my moms, right? In every sport there's a pretty big gap between male and female. Is there one in like darts or
I don't think
bowling and
darts.
shit
No,
like that? You know what I
bowling.
mean?
I'm all for that in bowling and darts.
Yeah. This is my problem with I guess the left. And when I see it, it's like, okay, you do have an issue here, right? Because I don't care either way, right? It's not going to bother me no way. But like there is an advantage. There's a clear advantage. Now, how much of that advantage does that mean? Every single trans person is going to dominate? No, absolutely not, right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of the nature of sports. So it's an interesting topic that I would like to have some more clarity on. Maybe in the future we could do an episode on it just to dive into more because I have questions.
Or get a trans athlete on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, get a trans athlete to
Yeah.
maybe expound upon it because I don't know. And honestly, I don't care enough to research like deep because it doesn't affect my day to day. I don't know any trans folks. But like I said, I'm all for I'm all for the rights, man. But like to me, that doesn't make any sense from the sidelines.
No.
From the sidelines. So like, if anybody wants to educate me on it, I'm definitely open, man. But I know it's a topic not everybody wants to delve into. I didn't say anything.
No.
Why are you looking at me?
No.
Why are you looking at me, man?
That's a very big toothpick, Arian.
So this ain't a toothpick. This is actually, I was downstairs at my bar last night at my hotel, and they had like, you know, they stick fruits on it.
Oh, the drink. Okay,
I had got kind of lit last night. I invited other people to come.
You were
join
trying
me.
to drink with randos last night.
I do that a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I met some great people randomly like that.
But like meeting at, like you start talking to somebody at a bar or like tweeting out, hey, anybody want to go get drinks?
Yeah.
Really?
I've done that in several cities.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do it a lot.
You tried to get us to leave the house at 10 p.m. on
Yeah,
Sunday
it's
night.
10.
It's a Sunday.
So
10. Okay, so I get dressed at 10 p.m. on Sunday, meet you somewhere at 10:30.
yeah,
You're there for 2 hours. Now it's 12:30.
we could have found a late hour spot.
Get back home at 1.
Yes.
Take a shower, not asleep till 2.
You don't gotta take a shower. Take a shower when you wake up.
No, if I'm out and like sweat, I can't go to bed. I gotta take a shower.
Oh, that's fair.
So not asleep till 2. Got to get up at 8.
Why you gotta get up at 8?
Got to come to work.
But the pod
You
don't
forget
start.
I'm working here.
But the pod don't start till 12.
Sure, I have other work to do.
What you gotta do?
I gotta be at work.
I'm unconvinced.
Okay. Yeah.
We're making it up to. We're going to dinner tonight.
See, I don't know if I can go hard tonight because I know.
We don't have to go hard.
Yeah,
no one's
no need.
no.
I'm not planning on it.
No one's saying we have to go hard.
But if I go out, I gotta go hard a little bit.
There will be shots. We know that.
Yeah,
That is
we're
what I'm
going.
saying.
We're going to dinner. We're not going to like a club.
Maddie, I ain't been to a club in maybe
I'm not going to a club.
10 years.
I'm never gonna go to a club.
Clubs are. You be clubbing, Jerry?
I don't think I've ever been in a club.
You've never been to a club.
I actually went to surf club,
The-
teen night.
What?
Yeah.
What is that, yo?
Surf lodge?
Surf, no, down the shore in New Jersey, there's a thing called Surf Club, and they had teen night.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Like you were actually a teenager.
Yeah, I was a teenager. Yeah, I think I was
Well,
like,
fun.
That's good.
yeah, but it was all like 30.
Oh,
They didn't
yeah.
serve it.
30-year-old Jerry showing
No,
up. at
no,
teen
no,
night.
no, 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 no.
Problematic, yo.
I didn't know if you meant like
No, it was when I was younger.
I figured this is before the
Hey,
crash.
Arian, you hey,
Yeah.
brother, you
Went
got
to
to show up
teen
at
night
teen
last year.
No, this is pre-crack, but
Yeah, I was
this
gonna
is.
say this is pre-crack.
Yeah, this is. I think I was probably like 2000 and I don't know,
Cracked.
10
Yeah.
around there. 2010. I was probably what 16, 15 at the time. They would give. It would be like a club. They didn't serve alcohol though because it was
Right.
teen.
That's good.
It was
Of
teen
course.
night and they closed at like 12.
But that's
Okay.
fun.
You
That's
know,
a
but it
good-
was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big dancer or anything like that.
I don't even think they dance at clubs anymore, do
Yeah, I
they?
don't even know.
It's like, I don't know.
Mac, you be at clubs?
No.
Me and Mackenzie.
I'm trying to think of like what kind of dancing, but it's just like kind of probably it's just like bopping.
Honestly, I think it was my generation that killed dancing at clubs.
You think so?
Everybody's too fucking cool. I remember
Yeah.
we used to go to the club and everybody should just stand there. And it was like very weird.
Yeah.
Except the white clubs were different.
I've been to a lot of strip clubs.
They danced there.
Yeah, they definitely do dance for you there.
Yeah. Is it just me, dog, or the strip clubs have really good chicken wings?
Very good.
It's like notorious, right?
Uh huh.
What is that?
I don't know.
That's what got Lemon Pepper Lou in trouble.
No.
Remember
Who's Lemon Pepper Lou?
Lou Williams when he went to Magic City during the COVID season and got in trouble,
bubble?
and he said I was just there for the wings.
Yeah.
I believe him.
And then so people started going to Magic City just to get the wings, and they're like, these are actually incredible.
I'm telling you, bro, strip club wings, I don't know what it is. So I like one of the bigger clubs or one of the more famous clubs in Houston was Onyx. So Onyx was like a really big strip club back when I was playing. We used to go there and order wings all the time. Sometimes I went, I want some wings just for the wings. I don't know what it is. You never been to a strip club, huh?
No,
Wow, never been to one, Big T.
no.
Wow.
He's conservative.
Yeah.
I've just never.
Not just the name.
Well, you can't go by yourself.
Oh, yes, you can.
You can. Yeah,
You
you
know how many-
definitely can.
Nah, you can't go by yourself, and you can't
not
like
what-
recruit your boys to go. Be like, hey,
That's literally what you're supposed
unless
to do.
you're on like a bachelor trip or something.
No, it could be a Monday.
After work with some of the
in
best
Chicago.
times.
Yeah. You can go out. Do at lunchtime, dog.
That's crazy.
No,
It's
we've done
not.
it multiple times.
Bro, it's not.
You hit the day shift.
I have before. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Every guy should go to a strip club one time.
I think it's.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I've just never
You never found yourself.
done it.
What are you doing after this?
After this, I got physical therapy this afternoon.
Okay, that's fair.
But then we've
Fair
got
excuse.
we got 5 to 7:45.
That's a perfect time. Couple hours, have some drinks and some wings.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have to go and just like have to get lap dances.
You don't have to get a lap dance.
Yeah.
I will be buying you a lap dance, but you don't have to get it.
No, we can't today. Today's too soon. Can't do it today.
You got to mentally.
I got to prepare.
I don't want to go to the strip club with you guys. You guys can go alone.
Well,
I wouldn't like going to the strip
know if
club.
they
like,
invite
with
us.
I don't think we were invited. I'm just like putting it out there.
that's okay.
I don't. wanna go.
I wouldn't take you. I wouldn't even ask you to go, Maddie. That's like
No.
bordering on HR.
Yeah.
Like,
You also, I remember when you asked this a couple years ago. You also thought it was weird. I wouldn't go with my boy. I won't take a boyfriend to a strip club.
Yeah. Oh,
I still stand on that.
No,
take.
you're in the minority there. It's a
I'm
great
not- I don't
relationship
wanna.
bonding experience if you're not. I think we did talk about it.
Yeah,
but let's
we
bring
did.
it back up. It's a great relationship bonding experience if you're secure. No, it's such a good vibe. And what you have to understand, ladies, is your man thinks other women are pretty. Your man thinks other women are beautiful. It's easier to just accept that and learn how to maneuver around that. Just like y'all know that you have other male crushes, celebrity crushes. You see a dude walking down the street, you be like, damn, if I wasn't, I would. You know what I'm saying? It's we're humans. We're human beings. Accept that fact, own that fact, and play with that fact. Be like, it's nothing better than you walking down the street with your shorty and she be like, look at that ass.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If she does, I get to look.
You know what I'm saying? You get to look and you have a laugh. You don't have to go over there and talk. You don't have to do any of that, but you get to let some of that evil out as a man.
I don't even want to go to a strip club with my girls. Like, I don't want to go to a strip club. I don't get the concept of me. Like, I don't get the benefit of me, a straight woman, going to a strip club.
Okay, answer this, Madeline.
Okay, Jesus.
I use the government. Do you think that other women are beautiful?
Yeah, a lot of them. I think
that's all it is. It's admiring, and it is expressing that admiration for the beauty of a woman. That's it.
Yeah.
And you get to help some of them pay their rent.
I will say the worst type of people, and I have a couple friends like this, they'll go to the strip club and they think the girl loves them.
Oh no.
That is a part where
That's wild.
it's crazy.
Yeah, no. I did move in a little bit of a different crowd, so I went to some strip clubs with some fellas who were high
Yeah.
net worth
For sure.
and noticeable.
Yeah.
And so, although I wouldn't say that the women loved them or liked them, but there was some
For sure. Yeah.
extracurricular activities, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that was never my vibe. But if you're just going there and they don't know, because I've been to plenty strip clubs where nobody knows who I am, I don't know who they is.
Yeah.
Just have a good time, man. It's not, they don't like you, you don't like them. They're at work.
Yeah.
They're at work, and just enjoy it. But Madeline, you do think you can enjoy a woman's like body over some chicken wings and a couple drinks?
Like, I get what you're saying, but I think I can think women are beautiful with chicken wings without them there, maybe.
I feel you. Do you feel like it's degrading towards women? Is that what it is?
I don't think I don't think a strip club itself is degrading, like the concept. I think probably a lot of people at strip clubs engage in degrading behavior. Does that make sense?
Judging the strip club goers. Okay.
No, I think that like people can be respectful, and like these women make a ton of money, and it's real work. It's not that. It's that I think people there could sometimes ruin the experience for the women that are working.
I agree with that. There are some don't touch the dancers, bro.
Yeah, like I think especially if you're like drunk at a bachelor like party,
It
like
can
I
get
think
weird.
that is when it gets weird.
I think the security guards for the most part are pretty good in those establishments. Like they have like strict rules, especially depending on like somewhere you go.
No phones.
Yeah, no phones.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good. I haven't been for, I can't even remember last time I've been there. Maybe when I was 31 or 32. It's been a long low. It's been like 6-7 years though. But again, last time I went, my shorty took me. Like she had planned it. A bunch of my homeboys went, and we went to the strip club. It was great. She got me some dances. We had a great time. We had a better night that night. It's just a good vibe, man.
Isn't Houston like it's like Houston and Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
or
it's
like the
known
1 and
for-
2.
Yeah, it's like known for
James Harden loved
James
Houston.
Harden.
Yeah.
Like that's my dog. That's my dog. Shout out to James Harden.
Why is
You
he
ever,
always
have you
with
ever
Lil
been
Baby?
with him?
In a strip club? Yeah, I went to him. Yeah.
I bet that was a time.
It was good. Yeah. See, but like basketball players got monopoly money. They don't have real money though. They got
Now
it doesn't matter. Like I would set like a budget if I was gonna throw some. I wouldn't go over like $1,000 or
Set
two.
a budget at the strip
Yeah,
club.
I set a budget at a strip club. And so I wouldn't go over like $1,000 or two if I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes, they'll pull out like 10, 15, and it's nothing. Like,
Bro, Jalen Brunson's going to be making $55 million a year now.
You just don't feel that. You know what I mean? I get it. Like, but like that's the one thing about me is I don't have delusions of grandeur. I'm well off. I've done well for myself, but I know what I can't do. You know what I'm saying? I don't live above my means. I'm very modest for the most part.
Basketball's the sport to play.
I fucked up, but I didn't know though. You know what I mean? And I definitely wouldn't have been a running back either.
Yeah.
just goofy.
Well, you did get in just at the right time, though.
I got out at the right time.
Well, yeah, but like you were part of
Yeah.
that last wave that could get a big deal.
Yeah, you're 1,000% correct about that. Yeah. I think you can now. This is the issue though, right? So you can now. It's like I was talking about on the last podcast. You can now. You just have to have a skill set that's rare amongst our position. So you have to be able to run routes, and you have to be able to catch, and you have to be able to block. If you do that, you can have a long career. That's why I think CMC gonna have a pretty good career because he can tote it, but he can run routes, and it's not when I was in the league, it was like, are you a 20 plus carry back? And that was like, are you a real running back? The rest of them, you were kind of just like a third down specialist, whatever the case may be. Now that is what a running back is. It's like a third down specialist, and you have some 15 carry games, and that's a heavy load. 10, 15 is a heavy load, whereas that wasn't the case when I was in. So like, you can get a big deal, but you got to be special, and
you got to be top 3 at the position.
Yep.
Whereas you could be top 10.
Yep. No, I agree. It's sad. Said if I was growing up, I would have been a safety. If I had to do it again, and I'd have picked. Matter of fact, you remember Chief? He was defensive coordinator at the University of Tennessee.
John Chavis.
Yeah. We called him Chief. When I was a true freshman, we was doing some drill with the linebackers, and my running back coach at the time was Trooper Taylor, and I wasn't going to see the field as a true freshman because I came in late, and we were kind of short on safeties, right? And he was like, "Hey, if you wanna," we was doing a drill, and I heard him talking, and then he liked my stature, which is wild now that I'm thinking about it. But just sitting here judging my body. But he pulled me to the side. He's like, "Hey, if you want to see the field this year," he's like, "I think you should switch, like go on the other side." He's like, "You don't have to, but like if you want to see the field, like they want to use you." But I was like so stuck in my head. I'm a running back. Like, what do you mean? I'm gonna win a Heisman, bro. That was.
So you didn't even consider it?
Didn't even cross my mind. But
interesting.
Looking back, that would have changed my life trajectory. I wouldn't be here. So I could possibly still be playing. You know, them old safeties.
Do you think you would have been like high caliber NFL safety if you played safety?
Think about the attributes of a safety, right? You got to be physical. Got that. You got to be able to run. I got that. You got to have hands. Well, actually, you don't. That'd be a plus, right? That'd be like,
sure. That'd
be a top tier attribute. I definitely have those. You got to be instinctive, right? That's literally my best attribute as a running back was my instinct, vision. And to me, defense is easier, like reading. Well, maybe it's because I know offense so well. Why I could read what offense is doing. But again, football is football. Like I know what the defense is doing because I knew what the offense was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's transferable. If you know ball, you know ball. So like, yeah, I think I'd have been. I think I'm a great safety actually.
Safety, now that I think about it, is the running back of defense. You, for the most part, actually running back, you probably have to do more different stuff, more different things than you do at safety. Safety, you're doing pretty much the same thing on every play, unless you're blitzing or.
Well, see, that's the thing. The special safeties, they got to roam. They got to roam and improvise. And that was I used to hate about being a running back was like the only time you can improvise is when you have the ball. Otherwise, you have to do exactly but like to me, improv is like that's my best attribute as a running back. I improv. I think I'd have been a great safety. That and I could hit.
So they were like, you'll definitely play at safety and you didn't care?
Yeah. No, it was more about the integrity of like my dreams and my goal as a kid.
Yeah. Had you ever played defense?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I played outside linebacker in high school.
Interesting.
I had that shtick, dog.
I feel like that's the one thing that like if you're in college and you're a freshman, they're like, you'll definitely play if you go over. Like I feel like most guys would do that.
I probably should have, but I was just hell bent on being a running back. Like it was my dream as a kid.
What were safeties making 10 years ago?
Who
were like the top 5 safeties when you were
Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Sean Taylor was a little before my time. But I played against both of them. I played with Ed Reed one year.
LaRon Landry?
He wasn't a top. He was a safety. Bob Sanders.
Yeah.
Bob Sanders.
Yeah. Colts? Was that Colts?
Yeah, Colts.
Yeah, he was good.
Damn, I'm trying to think.
So Palomalu's big contracts were 5 years, $33 million, 3 years, $29.
That's a good lick.
Yeah.
But I caught him at the end of his career. So like,
Yeah.
what was my era safeties?
Like 2011
I don't remember.
was like,
Because I caught a lot of them cats, like the goats. Because this is some of my favorite jersey swaps of all time. I swapped with Troy Polamalu. I swapped with Charles Woodson. I swapped with Champ Bailey. That was probably one of my favorite ones. Him and C. Wood. Swapped with Ray Lewis.
That's cool.
Yeah, those are dope. I need to do something with those jerseys, Jerry.
You didn't frame them or anything?
But they're literally in a trash bag in my closet.
did you do that on purpose?
What?
I need to do something with those jerseys, Jerry.
Oh, jerseys.
Oh, wow.
Nah, it's pretty good. Nah, I didn't do that at first. Nah,
Yeah, you got to get them framed up.
I got to do something.
Yeah,
man.
get them framed up.
But it's the thing, though. Like, if you walk into my house, you would never knew I played in the NFL. Like, I don't have no.
Oh, you don't have no, like,
nothing.
That's crazy.
not even a room dedicated to that?
Nothing.
Basement? Nothing?
Nothing.
Wow.
I don't got nothing. I've just never been. I never saw myself as like an NFL player. I just never identified as. You know what I mean? I was always interested in other things.
But it
so.
just seems like if you work toward that for so long and then you finally get it, I'd be like, I'm keeping every helmet, jersey, like.
I gave my nephew is a big Chiefs fan, and I was at the Pro Bowl and I swapped helmets with Eric Berry, and so he signed it, and we went to college together. But I just don't know what to do with it. I guess I just don't revere objects, and so it was just sitting in my garage. And he said, "Yo, what are you gonna do with this?" And I was like, "I was probably gonna sit there." He's like, "Can I have it?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I gave it to my nephew. So like that meant more to me than me putting it on a wall or something.
Do you have any of like your helmets? Did you keep any helmets?
I got one.
Because you can buy them, right?
I don't know. I have never inquired. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, did they make you buy it? Because I think I've seen players
No, I
on TikTok
just
now.
took
They're
it.
like at the end of the season, they take their jerseys and helmets and they have to pay for them.
Yeah.
I don't think I paid for it. No, but I mean,
Maybe it was
I don't
different.
think- I know jerseys you did have to pay for it because, especially in my era, it was jersey swapping wasn't as prevalent as it is now. Like I was like in the beginning stages of that, and at first they just let it slide, but after every game I was swapping, and they was like, "Dude, like, come on, man." I'm like, "I'm gonna swap if I play somebody go, I'm gonna swap."
Yeah.
And so they was like, "All right, we gotta start charging." I was like, "All right." So I think it was like $1,500 a jersey or something. Like
What?
that. Yeah, so-
American?
yeah, it was American.
1,500?
Yeah, I think they wanted to like tax you to, like incentivize you to not do that.
That'd get me to stop doing it.
Nah, you don't.
I was guessing like $200 or $300.
Would you swap jerseys with Ray Lewis for $1,500?
Yes,
That's
yes.
that's what
I would do.
To me, it was more than worth it because it was like my jersey swaps. You saw that thing that video that went viral.
Yeah.
So like, I got some.
Yeah,
dogs,
most
Hall of
of them are really good.
Yeah, majority like 90% of them. It's just like almost Hall of Famers or high caliber Pro Bowl players. And so it was like it was $1,500. It was like.
But 1,500 16 times a year.
It wasn't 16. It was like 10, 11. Because sometimes we would play, the Jaguars.
You didn't want
no disrespect.
MJD?
I already got his though.
Oh. So there was somebody on the Jags.
But I wouldn't swap every time we played.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's true, twice a year.
That's what I'm saying. And so there's a lot of games where they didn't have anybody I bumped with. I did rob Andre Johnson though. Well, I asked first. So we was playing the Raiders 2014. And I was a big fan of Charles Woodson growing up, like big fan of Charles Woodson, and the rose in the mouth.
Owner of the most fraudulent Heisman ever awarded.
That's crazy.
No, that's a fact.
Okay,
Go look at his numbers and Peyton Manning's numbers. It's criminal. It's a legit crime.
We've done this before. He played two ways, man.
Barely.
Is what it is.
Had like 200 receiving yards.
Higher skill set.
No.
And he won. They won the championship, didn't they? Rose Bowl.
97, yes. I believe Michigan won the national
It was a
title.
better team. Anyway, so I went up to him. He was playing with the Raiders, and I went up to him before the game. I was like, "Hey, dog, like, big fan." By that time, I think I was like 2-3 Pro Bowls in, and so you get, a little bit more respect. And he's like, "Yeah, man, let's do it. It's love." And then Dre came up to me later on. I was like, damn, you got me, dog. I was like, what you mean? He's like, I was going to switch with C. Wood. I was like, oh, that's too bad. So that was what it is, dog. You go to the Hall of Fame. You'll be all right.
I did see some clips of like people asking to swap jerseys, and some people say no.
Yeah, some people say no.
That hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I'd be salty. I'd hate that person.
The only person that said no to me was actually Peyton Manning. And it was at the Pro Bowl. I wanted his Pro Bowl jersey. That was probably ambitious of me. I was like, yo, can we swap? He's like, I keep all my Pro Bowl jerseys. I was like, that's respect. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else I asked, they had a problem with it.
I think they've got them at UT, some of them. They have like that Peyton Manning room.
I believed him. I didn't think he was lying to me. I
Yeah.
didn't think he was lying to me. Yeah, everybody else I asked, I had to convince Gerard Mayo, though. He almost made me mad.
Really?
Yeah. Because like I didn't just go to college with him. Like, this was my dog. Right, this is my boy. Like, I know you on a, you know what I mean, a different level. I know we was eating, scraps together, right? So he played for the Patriots, and I guess the Patriots are real strict about that. They don't really let you. Robert Kraft didn't let you, and so after the game, I'm like, yo, let's swap. He's like, oh man, they don't really. I was like, dog, if you don't take your fucking jersey and give me that shit, dog, we're fighting on it. Like, what are you talking about, dog? Like, give me your jersey. He's like, oh, all right, man, all right. I was like, what are you talking to your jersey, bro? He's like, they say that they own them. I'm like, dog, that's you sweating in that shit. Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Tell Robert Kraft to buy another one, bro. You'll be all right. That shit made me mad.
Arian, in my experience, does love telling people who, if maybe you're like, yeah, I don't know if like the higher ups will let me do this. He's like, fuck it, dude, just do it, and we'll get mad at you if you don't.
Those are facts.
So I've experienced similar stuff to that.
It's a fair, because the majority of the time, I think I live by that. Ask for forgiveness.
Not permission.
Yeah, it's like a real thing, because it's
Most of the time, that's true.
I agree. Now if your job's on the line, I can understand that. I would never want you to jeopardize that, but you're not gonna lose your starting linebacker position because you don't have a jersey, dog. They might fine you. Okay, you were a first round pick. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? I do have a problem with authority, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like you personally, like, you're above most people just generally.
Whoa, what is that?
But, like-
Well, no, I see what she's saying.
Yeah.
You go through life as you, where most people aren't going to tell you no. Or
Yeah,
like,
not in like a bad way.
Oh.
Just
So-
because
a
of
very
like,
good way.
Yeah.
so not everybody gets to do that.
But I feel like they can.
Nah.
Like you were
Some
talking about
people
earlier.
can.
I don't know if it was on the podcast when Big T was like, well, I got to come to work. And you're
Yeah, like, what are
no,
you doing?
don't.
I got to go to work.
But like, you don't clock in. Do you clock in?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I think you feel obligated to be in the building,
I got to come to work.
but you don't, though.
I got to come to work.
I hear you, man. I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, I'm just anti-authority in general, but there needs to be structure. But you need people like me, Big T. We push
Sometimes.
we push the bounds, man.
Sometimes.
and we get you out your comfort zone, and we do things. You do things that you wouldn't normally do with me, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that make it fun? Makes life a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But then sometimes I end up fucking puking chunks in a San Diego hotel room.
Exactly, right? Great times, though. Great times, my guy. Great times. Well, shit, man. Is there anything else you want to get to, man?
I have voicemails if you want to do something.
Oh shit, I forgot about voicemails. My fault. Yeah, let's do a couple voicemails. You down, Jerry?
Yeah, of course.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes, so no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this month with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Head to factormeals.com/dosing50 and use code dosing50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code DOSING50 at factormeals.com/dosing50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Jerry in the motherfucking building.
I like
baby.
the voicemails.
Yeah.
I have 5 today, so you can tell me when to stop whenever.
If there's a fucking riddle, dog.
There's like 1.5 riddles.
Okay, half a riddle. Let's do
Like I
it.
think a guy threw it in at the
Let's
end.
do it.
Hey, what's up, Macrodosing crew? This is Alex from Northern Virginia. I'm all caught up on episodes, so I was going back through the archives and stumbled across y'all's Dr. Seuss's Grinch conversation from Christmas 2021. Still waiting on that Dr. Seuss episode, guys. I think that'd be a fantastic episode. I hope you all will do that. My question to you on that same vein is, what are the childhood books or movies that you guys remember nostalgic from your childhood? I know, I think my books that I read over and over again were probably Magic Treehouse. And then for movie, I loved Surf's Up with the surfing talking penguins and Shia LaBeouf in that one. So thanks, guys. Love the show. Stay handsome, stay beautiful, and love you guys.
I don't remember what conversation we had about the Grinch.
The Grinch. I don't remember. Do you
He
remember?
said Christmas of 21.
I mean, you may as well. I couldn't
And-
tell you what I ate yesterday.
I remember the Christmas 21 episode. We were all remote because either you, I think PFT had COVID. So we were all remote and we did it on like Christmas elves or something.
Okay, I do recall that the
none of that shit.
no, the
Hold on, is that the-
Scandinavian
Yeah. Yep.
Was that the eggnog episode?
No, that was
No.
this past year.
that,
This was 21.
like the
so this
Christmas
is like our-
Gremlins or something.
Yes.
But I don't remember what we said about the Grinch.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Best books when I was a kid, Mike Lupica books. Did you read any of those? Those may have been a little after your time.
I don't like how you said that.
Well, like
Back in
when
the
were
day.
these?
It's just the
Yeah,
way
these
you said
were like 04,
It's
06,
not
07.
what you said. It's how you said it.
Yeah, Mike Lupica books. Summer Ball, Travel Team, Elite books.
Nah. The only one that really rings a bell to me is do you remember The Very Hungry Caterpillar?
Yeah.
Yep.
My son loves that.
That's a fucking fire book, and each one has like a different animal and
Yeah.
shit. That's amazing. It's a great book.
My son loves it. Book, I would say Green Eggs and Ham.
Ah.
Movie wise, though, Lion King was big for me.
Oh, my brother.
Big for me.
It gets no better.
I never got into Lion King.
That's
Wow.
the greatest Disney movie of all time.
I never.
I will die on that
It
hill.
didn't do anything for me
That's
for whatever reason.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, you really forget how much Disney movies are kind of morbid. Like, opening quarter of the movie, man loses his dad. That's crazy. That's very morbid. Up, wife dies. Like, it's just like very like serious things. Like Cinderella, Snow White in a coma.
Yeah.
Shit is wild, dog. Like crazy. She has to be sexually assaulted to be awakened. It's a lot of wild concepts in Disney, but I think mine was
it worth it? Was it good?
being sexually assaulted.
It brought her back.
I mean, she didn't have consent.
Did the
but,
ends justify the means?
I mean, you'd have to ask her. It's not. I don't know, man.
It's an interesting question.
It is. Yeah. I don't know that I could ever bang for sexual assault, but it is a conundrum.
I don't know what movies I was like kicking and screaming. Was
Okay,
one
so
of my favorite movies. as a
I'm
kid.
getting
I
old.
love that
I'm getting
movie.
old, so now I'm feeling like they don't make movies like this no more. But I feel like I have a point, and it's not just nostalgia. The Little Giants.
Great
That's a
movie.
good
Like,
I
come
love
on,
that movie.
do they come out with shit? Like, I feel like I enjoy that as an adult. Are
Yeah,
there
I don't
movies like
know.
that now?
Nah.
Another one, The Sandlot.
Yeah.
Like, dog, those were amazing.
I'm not big on Sandlot.
That's crazy, big. Did you fuck with
Yeah, I
Sandlot?
like Sandlot.
That's
amazing.
crazy.
It's
It's
staple.
yeah.
It's a baseball.
I know.
movie.
I
Yeah.
know. It's not even in my top 5 baseball movies.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's like a cinematic masterpiece. But
Oh,
I
I think most people do think that.
I don't think they would say that. I think it's a very nostalgic, like amazing child movie.
Yeah, it just something about
Air Bud?
it didn't do it for Airbud. Great films.
I'm not a dog guy.
Yeah,
I was just like, who's this fucking golden retriever running around doing
bro, he
stupid
plays everything. He's a monster.
ass? He was dog shit.
No, wrong,
He didn't have thumbs. Like, it's silly.
bro. He was Steph Furry. He had range, bro.
It was always silly to me. That was out of the. I think
Oh, but the talking lions didn't. What?
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Lions
but
have
that
stories.
wasn't
You don't think
too
lions
silly
have
for you?
families and friends, and
I'm sure they do.
they just talking lion?
It's also animated, so
Yeah,
it's different
it's not
than.
real. It's not
Oh, okay.
a real
okay.
dog.
Sorry that Air Bud, one of the greatest dogs to ever live, could shoot
He couldn't.
and play football.
It's goofy, man. Why is he lining up at wide receiver? It's silly. He can't catch.
Golden
literally.
receiver.
Arian was shaking back in the day. He's
I used to.
this
I
dog's
was like,
gonna
yo,
steal
this is
my job.
ass. Right? I used to say, yo, this is
Nah,
a horrible
wrong.
movie. I used to hate the movies. What was another one that was cracking?
School of Rock was my favorite
Oh,
movie growing up.
outstanding
Might still
movie.
But that wasn't like a kid movie though, was it?
No.
It was more of like an adult.
Yeah, it just came out
comedy,
around
yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Jack Black sold his soul for Joe Biden. What a miscalculation that was.
What did he do?
Oh, he was just going all out for Joe this time, being like, Joe's the best president we've ever had.
Bro, I know you're smart enough to understand his distinguishing.
No, he was specifically all in on Joe.
But like, I think people are so anti-Trump that whatever is the opposition, it doesn't matter. That's the vibe. Like, I don't think anybody. I mean, I'm sure there's some out there who really like Joe Biden, like what's that name?
Van Jones.
Oh my God,
He's crying right now.
Shit is fucking like. Listen, bro, I'm sure he's a great guy, but that shit was. Come on, fam. Like, you over here.
He cries at the drop of a hat.
He's a patriot. Shut up. Like, they don't care about Joe Biden like that, dog. But anyway, Beat Street. Definitely, I know you haven't seen that.
Haven't heard of it.
Yes, it's more of an 80s movie, maybe early 90s, late 80s. The other one was The Last Dragon. If you haven't seen The Last Dragon, ladies and gentlemen, go watch The Last Dragon. Bruce Leroy, it's a black martial arts film. Hood classic.
Mad Dog and Mackenzie, what are y'all's top 3 Disney Channel original movies?
Oh, okay. High School Musical.
Yeah, but I don't even count
You don't count that?
because
Yeah,
it
that's like out of the-
ascended.
Okay. Hold on.
Luck of the Irish.
Luck of the Irish.
Yep.
Eddie's
$1 million
Cook-Off. And
The one with the twins who play basketball.
oh,
Double Team.
Double
Yes.
Team.
That
didn't hit in my home.
Their face, the face she makes at the end of the movie when she's like traveling the shit out of, and she's like pump faking what, and her face, it turned me off the whole movie.
Also, I might have a tie, but oh God, where was it? Oh, The 13th Year, where he becomes a mermaid.
Oh, I like that one too.
That was a good one. And also Cadet Kelly.
Okay, this was
Also
all before
good.
my time. I don't know what the
You know
fuck
what
was
I
on.
watched?
Oh, Cheetah Girls.
Yeah, but I would put
Again,
that in High School
Yeah,
Musical realm.
you know what I
Right.
watched recently? Stuck in the Suburbs.
I just was gonna say Stuck in the Suburbs.
Yeah, I watched that.
Taron
months
Killam.
ago.
Taron Killam appearance.
Hey, do you know what they talking
No,
about?
no, no.
Joe?
The,
Read
ult-
it in- read it
the
in Weep
ultimate
was a good
Christmas
one.
present. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Still.
I don't know that one.
Cowbells.
That's the snow
Cowbells.
machine.
Smart House.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the snow machine one.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, yes.
John Sally's in that movie as an elf.
Sorry, you're talking that whole nother language. I know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
So
It's-
these are Disney Channel movies that were awesome.
Yeah, I was never. I think that was right after my wave of when I was
Yeah.
growing up. Disney had like game shows, and then there was like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
was
these all
dope.
started
It's like a
at the turn of the century.
like
Yeah.
creepy like creepy story hours.
Okay.
For like kids though, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, like early 2000s, Disney Channel started making like little hour and 15-minute movies that
I
are
was smoking weed. Buddy.
some of them hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them hold
Oh my
up.
God.
You don't like The
Quint.
Sandlot, dog. I don't really trust your cinematic opinion.
It's something about it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It's crazy.
It seems like I should like it.
It has
just
everything that you. Wendy Peppercorn.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an amazing film, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. What
Teen
about it
Wolf.
just doesn't-
That shit just popped in my head. I remember Teen Wolf. Probably before y'all time.
I like
a
that.
That's
TV show?
80s, brother.
Nah, it was a movie.
Oh.
It was
Basketball.
What's cuz he got Parkinson's now.
Yeah.
Jamie Michael J. Fox.
Bam.
Fox,
Yeah. That's a good movie.
God,
That's
Elliot.
kind of corny.
Oh,
though.
Pixel Perfect was the first CD I ever owned. That DCOM. That was the
Oh,
first-
that's a good game to play. What's the first CD you ever owned?
Mine was Pixel Perfect.
Pixel Perfect. What was yours?
I think the first CD I ever remember like asking to buy was the Hilary Duff Metamorphosis album,
I had
which
that
still has 3 or 4 absolute bangers on it.
Oh, what about you, Jay?
I think it was the 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
man. Mine was Boys to Men. Boys to Men. Yeah, that junk. Yeah, and then I remember my dad came home with Machiavelli. We was hyped. Yeah, but anywho, what's the next voicemail?
Here.
I need to go watch some DComs.
I know.
Pause. I don't know if that's
No. Disney Channel original movie.
Yo, what's up? My name's Connor. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I'm moving into college my senior year in about a week, and I'm moving into a house with 11 other guys, so 12 total
Holy
people.
shit.
I was wondering, like, do we even bother, like, keeping it clean? Probably not. But, like, any tips for living in a house with 12 dudes? Also, I have a riddle. It was something about a horse.
All right.
That was the half
I don't
riddle.
remember, but the horse's name was Friday.
No, we've done that.
Okay, whatever. Moving
Hell
on.
of a riddle.
Crushed it.
Your living situation sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, that sounds
11 dudes in a house.
insane.
That's what my brother did this past year in college, and it was the most petrifying thing I've ever walked into.
That shit gonna stink.
They had open
That's
houses
crazy.
that,
How many
like-
bathrooms are there?
It's got to be
Not
what, 3
enough.
or 4, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh.
not enough.
So this is what I've learned about living with people. I only lived with 2 other dudes in a townhouse, and we all had our own shit. The problem became you have to have like really serious conversations, like living conversations with people that you may or may not be close with. And so whereas a dirty house might seem insignificant, but over the course of 6 months, it affects your peace. It's a real thing. And so you have to have, like I said, and luckily we were savvy enough to have these conversations. And now those 2 dudes are some of my best friends, and to this day, right? Matter of fact, I'm flying one of them in to, he's a DJ. And so he's DJing my daughter's birthday party this week. It's gonna be dope.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's dope. That's
fun.
my homie. But me and him had like a sit down conversation because he grew up a certain way. He grew up like in a very secluded place, and everything that was his, right? And he didn't really share. I grew up like more communal, like we all got, and that's how my other man's was. And so if there was juice in the fridge, shit like this, if I drank it, you know what I'm saying? But I would always like, if I got bread, I'll put some juice back, so whatever the case may be. But he got like, we almost got in a fight because like, yo, don't drink my shit, don't eat my shit. But we didn't have those conversations before, and it came to a point, cleaning, whose turn is this? All that has to be talked about, man. Because if it's not talked about, it can develop real problems. I know plenty of people that moved in with each other who were friends at first, and they don't talk no more.
Yeah. I lived with, the most I ever lived with was 8.
That's a lot.
That's
In
crazy.
Arizona. Yeah.
That's a lot too.
8. And it was in one house. But it was in rehab, but we all had like chores to do.
Yeah.
Like one person was on bathroom duty, and this was every day.
Right.
One person was in charge of dishes.
Right.
One person was in charge of cleaning the pool, stuff like that in the back. But it was fine.
Yeah, I think if you have a system like that and there's
Yeah.
communication,
Yeah.
I think that's the key.
Yeah, no, there were like rules to follow.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
just like this guy where there's like no rules,
Yeah, I think that people, when they first move in with each other, they're scared to like ruffle feathers as far as like setting boundaries. And that's what you're doing. You're setting boundaries
Yeah.
inside the house that you live. But if you don't do it, I think if you do that and everybody's pretty cool, it'll be fine. But if you don't, man, it could be some problems for sure.
I mean, the odds of 12 dudes all being
Same
buttoned
page.
up.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. Yeah. Because we had to have a conversation. We had a couple of dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like we had to, like if me and my other homeboy was like, hey, listen, bro, like you got to clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got to, and he was like, yeah, no, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I can't be, especially because you bring Shorty over, like you don't want that smell to, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like you fucking my shit up now. You know what I mean?
I feel like their biggest problem is that they're probably going to be like the pregame / party house because there's so many of them.
They're gonna have a basement
So
party.
like it won't even be like that. Like their mess won't even be the first of the issue.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the parties.
11 is wild.
It's insane.
11 is wild. Like it's like a frat house almost, man.
It is
I couldn't.
I
Yeah.
mean, how many bedrooms could this house have?
probably like, I would say like,
So they're
if it's a
definitely
college house, like
sharing
7
bedrooms.
or
6
8.
to 7, yeah.
Yeah.
And that if you get a big house, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
If you're a senior in college and you're like
That's a
sharing
lot.
a bedroom,
That's
My
a
brother
lot.
literally did that this past year. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. There was loose. They had they had what are those Spanish hams that you can leave out and you just shave off the top?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Like an
about.
Iberian
I thought it was
ham.
like Italian, but like I know what you're talking
Something
about.
like that. They just like had one just
That's wild.
in the open among this absolute shithole of a home. You walk in, there's a 30-pound ham.
Well, that kind of rocks. But
just like waiting to be
that
shaved.
was a poor example on your
Dudes
part
rock.
of why it was
Like-
not good.
See,
Like,
that's what I'm
that's-
saying.
no,
though.
but I'm saying, like-
cool for the bros, not as
Nah,
much.
that was
for
a bad example. That rocks.
No, but you're in like I can't stress enough living within your like filth, and then there's just ham. Like, why would you want open ham in the house?
Yeah.
Because that's cool. I will say,
Nasty.
like, I never lived anywhere that was like dirty or nasty or anything, but like the college apartment setup is like I don't like living with people. Living by yourself is awesome, but like I would go back to my senior year of college. We had a TV on the wall, then we had a TV on a cart, and then we had one on the floor. So we had 3 set up, all different heights, and every night we would have a baseball game on, Jeopardy on, and then we'd be playing video games on the other
That's
one.
kind of lit.
And then like just rocking with your bros. Just awesome.
Yeah, we had great times.
Yeah.
we had great time. We found a makeshift way to have like Terminex or whatever the case may be, to catch ants or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we always had parties and shit like that. So I guess somebody had left a Zima bottle behind one of the beanbags, and it was hard to catch because the beanbag was huge. And so we looked behind. One day we just looked behind it, and there's hundreds of ants inside the Zima bottle. And it was, man, I thought that's just nasty. And I was like, well, wait a minute. If they're already coming, you might as well just leave it there and get them. And so we put a couple more bottles out like that. So kept it clean, man. I don't know. The vibes were high in those situations, man.
You got to do it for 4 years, and then
Oh, 4. By my last year, I was by myself. Yeah.
you didn't live by yourself the whole time.
Uh-uh.
Well, they like paid for your housing, right? Like you could have.
Paid for your house. Yeah. But I don't know what it is now. But back then, like you had a stipend, and you can only have you only live at a nice place.
Right.
Like there's a limit. And so at first I moved in with 2 other dudes, my homeboys, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get my own shit.
Now you just get like $500,000 when you sign, and you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah, I bet it's amazing. I couldn't imagine. Shit's crazy. All right, go to the next one. That's a wild. She's like, I have a riddle for you. It's something about a horse. I don't know.
Hey, it was Friday. Don't worry about it.
What's up, Macrodosing? It's Michael from Indiana. I got a kind of 2-part question. First part is for Arian specifically. My wife and I are expecting our first child. We're having a little girl. And my question is, what from you do you think is the best piece of advice you could give somebody who's going to be not only a new dad, but a girl dad? We're very excited, very nervous. And I know that you have, at least one little girl. And I feel like you could be a guy that could give me some good advice. My question for everybody is, even if you're a non-parent, what is the one thing that when or if you do have kids, you want to make sure that you instill onto your kid? Like the one thing that if when they grow up, they don't have this, you're going to feel like you failed. And a little riddle for you guys is a bat and a ball cost $1.10. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much is the ball? Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Bye.
You have to run that riddle back for me. I'm going to answer his questions and then get to the.
Okay.
Fuck, I hate riddles. All right. So the question he asked me was advice for a new dad that's about to be a girl dad. I think what I did first was I went and asked all the women in my life. Like, so I asked my mother, I asked my sister, I asked, a lady that I cared about. Like, what is it that you either got or wanted from your dad? And that is a question not many people ask women. And so they'll spill the beans, right? Because there's women with great relationships with their father, and there's women with not so great relationships with their father. And I think it's good to understand both of those sides. And what I got from those conversations were really impactful to me. And more than anything, what I've learned is women want to feel like seen, heard, and protected. And so in order to like do that with my daughters, when they're young, I think you just have to be there. You have to change the diapers. You have to do all the things that you have to watch the stupid little shows with them. And that creates like a bonding with them. That creates a comfortability that they're able to like trust you. Right. And inherently it should be there if you're around, but just doing things that you don't want to do with them will curate that. And then when they get a little bit older, because my oldest daughter, she's going to be 15 this Friday. And the biggest thing that I've done is I've dropped my ego, and, you know, I give her advice, but the most, I just listen to her. I listen to her, and I allow her to feel her way through the world, and I kind of give her bumper rails. But I allow her to make her own mistakes. And I'm just extremely, I think I talked about this before. It was during the pandemic, and I watched some reality TV show, and she just happened to be there. And that allowed me to surprisingly bond with her emotionally in a way that I didn't think was possible. So I know this is a long-winded answer, but like, I'm very passionate about my daughters. Seeing kind of like people be manipulative, seeing people be assholes on TV, and allowing her to catch that and allowing us to have dialogue about those actions allowed us to have a certain amount of, like, it was like teachable moments that she didn't have to go through, or she didn't have to see me go through. And so that was a really big, I guess, step in the right direction as with our relationship, because now, especially as teenagers, what they're going through is all emotional things, and learning and trying to teach them how to be emotionally intelligent is very hard unless they see that experience. And so I would rather have to go through it with her, but not have her feel the effects of that. So like, that was a really good one. So anytime you kind of see any kind of emotional damage or issues, have those conversations with her, like communication. And tap in. I think parents are afraid to ask their parents ask their kids how they're doing. Like, yo, like, what do you need from me? Like, how are you feeling? How does this work? How does that work? Because nobody knows what they're doing. We're all just trying to figure this shit out. So I think just dropping the ego. A lot of parents are like, do it because I said. When they ask why, explain why. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing, man. Is just dropping your ego and experiencing their childhood with them. That's the long ass answer to that. Congratulations, though, my brother. What was the other question he asked?
Like what
For all of us.
What quality would you want to make sure your children have?
Oh, that one's short for me. Be happy. We try to mold our kids into everything that we want them to be. I just want them to be happy, man. That is a huge thing for me. Just be happy. What about you?
I think I would just want to do everything possible to make sure my kids were smart, which sounds like, but being like almost every other quality you would want someone to have can come from being book smart, but like emotionally intelligent too.
Right.
Like now there's everybody has a certain capacity for, you know, how intelligent you can be, I guess, but you can like, if you work on it, you can get better. And if you don't, you can get worse. Like, I would do everything to make sure my kids are as smart as possible. And then everything else can follow from that.
Like,
that's a good one. I'd say I'm very big on manners. So we've been teaching him, you know, please, thank you, you're welcome. You know, so I don't know. I feel like my mom instilled that in me, like when I was really young, and I feel like that can take you like really far in life.
Yeah.
Sounds stupid,
No,
but
no.
I feel like it can. So yeah, like we'll be playing, and let's say he gets angry, you know, and throws a toy. We'll tell him, hey, apologize, say you're sorry for throwing the toy at the window, and then hey, if you know I sneeze, we try to tell him, hey, say God bless you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And, you know, I'll say thanks, make sure he says thanks. Like, if he's begging for a toy and I give it to him, I was like, what do you say? It's like, thank you, Daddy. So we're trying to do that. He's doing a great job.
No, I like that.
Your son is precious, Jared.
That reminds me. Another big thing I do with my kids, dog, that I feel like has helped them grow emotionally intelligent is anytime they're upset, I make them, not like forcefully, but like I encourage them to say, okay, like, why are you upset? Like, let's talk about like what are you feeling?
Yeah.
Well, I'm mad. Well, why are you mad? Well, because this, okay. And then you kind of go through the steps and you kind of like disarm their anger or you disarm their emotions in a way that they are now understanding what they're feeling. And that's huge because you allow them a tool to communicate their emotions. And to me, that is the biggest deterrent to adults getting along is people are not able to effectively communicate how they're feeling. And so that comes off as anger or he disrespected me or fuck that dude, right? Rather than be like, hey man, like you could have handled it this way or in a very calm way because a lot of people don't understand how they feel. And so at a young age, you start to teach them and give them a tool about how to understand how they're feeling so that we know how to have tools to work around that emotion rather than just go off our first instinct. And usually the first instinct emotionally isn't the best course of action. I forgot. You remind me. That's a great one to teach kids.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. I love that question, by the way.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah.
Also, a bat and a ball.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
it's $1.05, right?
Okay, what was the question? I fucking hate riddles.
So
It's just a pretty easy math question.
a bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost?
Oh, the ball, 5 cents.
A bat and a ball costs $1.10.
The bat costs $1 more, so 5 cents and $1.05 would be $1.10. That's like super easy.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
That's just a very basic
Glad we figured
math
that
question.
out, Jerry. Shit, it's easy as fuck.
Duh.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is like crazy easy.
I was still like,
I was saying 10 cents.
yeah, that's what I was gonna go with.
That would have been
Same.
$1.20.
How?
If the bat costs $1 more and the thing is 10 cents, 10 cents plus $1.10 would be $1.20.
Oh,
I gotcha.
Yeah, math ain't my thing, man. Shout out to Big T. I'm glad
Did
we
you have
figured that
to? Did you have to take like math in college?
out. Yeah.
How many?
Dropped every single one.
So I only had to take 2 math classes because journalism degree, you don't really need math.
Yeah, I was philosophy.
So I was like, I'll just take the 2 easiest math, and it didn't matter what they were. I was, I'll just take the 2 easiest math classes you can take. That was an eye-opening experience for me because I was like actually mad at myself for like how easy they were. Like this was very rudimentary stuff.
What was the course?
They were called mathematical reasoning and statistical reasoning, and they were so ridiculously easy. And like some of the people in there, I was like, how are you in college? Like it was crazy.
What do you mean? How are you in college?
Like some of the people in there that were like struggling and I'm not judging anybody.
No,
like,
it's exactly what you did.
But no, for sure. But it was like I was like, this is insane.
So if I really wanted to put my mind to it, I could be good at math. But when I say it's so uninteresting to me that I just don't pay it any mind. So when my first college course that I walked in, that was a math class, there was a problem on the board when I walked in, and it said, the diameter of a ping pong ball is this. The diameter of this room is this. How many ping pong balls can you fit? And I was like, what the fuck? I don't care. I got up, I walked out, and I dropped it.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious.
But did you have to take it again?
No, I just kept putting it off.
Oh, well, I guess you didn't graduate, so I guess it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, I'm sure if I wanted to go back, I'm thinking about going back, but not for philosophy. I was like, I think 12 hours away from.
Are your
graduating.
credits still like? I thought it was like 10 years or something.
Yeah, I would have to do
the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
No, you can't do that.
I don't know. I would have to look into it. And I don't know. The problem with going back to school when you have already, quote unquote, succeeded in life, it's the motivation isn't there. And
yeah,
so,
what's the point?
Well, see, if it would be for actually learning. Like I enjoy learning things, right? But when you get a college degree, you have to have all of these courses that don't have anything to do with the field that you want, which is ass backwards. And that's kind of my deterrent for going back to school now, because I would love to go back to school, but it's just I don't want to.
Do you care about the degree though, or you just? because you could go to a school and say, hey, tell me all the classes that I would take in a X degree and just take those. And then like,
well, I feel like if you're going to go through all that trouble, you might as well get the accreditation.
yeah, but you've got to do 2 years of bullshit that has nothing to do with it.
That's the problem that I have. If they were just like, hey, all you have to do is take the core curriculum, I'm in there.
Yeah.
I would get 3 or 4 degrees easily. But you have to take all these other shits that you don't have that I'm not interested in, which is why I didn't like school in the first place. Like, dog, I'm here for this. Why do I have to learn about this? I get it from like K through 12. You should have a base understanding of how things work. But like once you get into like the more specific of higher education, go learn about what you want to learn about.
And maybe even your first semester of college, maybe you've got to take this, and this. But then after that, you got to do a year and a half, 2 years of bullshit that has nothing to do with whatever you want.
And I don't think you should not have to do electives at all. Like, why do I have to take a walking class or a cooking class? Or I'm in college.
Took the science of basketball shooting my freshman year.
That's why you wet though.
Well, no, so that was actually I wish y'all could have seen the guy who taught this class. He was a 5'6", 140-pound dude who could not play basketball to save his life. He could just stand at the free throw line and nail free throws.
Wet.
Just probably 95%.
That's big.
And so but the way he would, to fill time in this class, he would be like, okay, we're going to do these drills that were like so stupid. Like sitting on the floor and rolling the ball to a guy across from you with like your middle finger and all this shit.
There's
No,
college
it was,
that
bro, it
shit
was
like that.
nonsense. And I could shoot free throws pretty well from the time I went in there. So I don't think it really helped me at all, but it beat doing other stuff.
There was
guess.
an elective that actually did help me out. I took a bowling class, and I got really good at bowling.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm like I could. It's been a while since I went, but I guarantee I could.
Where'd they do that?
I could bowl a 150 now. Was. I don't know where
it's not on campus.
It was
right?
on campus. They had a bowling alley by the library, so it was like.
Really?
All I remember was like like if you go to the library, it was like that you would have to go down in like this basement area. I don't like now. I don't know. I'm lost on that campus now. But there was a bowling alley by the library.
I feel like I would have known if there was a bowling alley.
You think I'm fucking lying?
No, I believe you. So here's a thing on Reddit. The quote down under bowling alley along with the rest of the old university center was demolished almost 10 years ago.
Yep.
So the student center now was built right before I went to school.
Okay, so
So that's when that. So it
that's
was in
where
there.
it was. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
it was. It was dope too. Yeah, it was dope.
Interesting.
All right, let's do one more voicemail.
Macrodosing. This is Robbie from Montana. Just got a couple things for you guys. I think first and foremost, thank you guys and gals for producing the content that you do. It helps give us something to listen to. But I guess most importantly, I just wanted to say, in the political climate that we're in, sometimes it's hard to have conversations with the opposite side, or it's such an emotional thing in people. So it's been specifically, this is for Arian and Big T. It's been good for me to listen to you guys have conversations with each other and talk about serious matters. It's refreshing to have two people that are different that are able to have a civil conversation, because that's in my experience not always how it goes.
I agree.
I side with Arian on everything. Typically I like dogs, but beyond that, it's good. Like you guys said, I didn't really like Big T in the beginning either, but that's my dog now. So it's like,
there you go.
It is what it is. So just thank you guys for that. And my question is, if you could go back and relive any memory or any event in your life, what would it be?
Oh, I thought his question was going to be about that.
Playing Friday nights in high school again, being a kid, riding your bike around the block with your homies, doing your thing. What would you relive? Oh, and one more thing, Arian, in your coffee, try heavy whipping cream. That's always pretty good. That's my favorite.
Heavy whipping
cream.
cream.
Stay handsome, stay beautiful.
What the fuck that is?
Peace.
You'll also get probably a little bit puffy from that, because it's like a lot.
Call me puffy.
No, I'm saying you would. I didn't say anything.
That's very hard. Hard question.
I think that is a tough question. I think a lot of my upbringing was so geared around when I get out of here.
Right.
So it was never, I never really enjoyed the moment like I should have. So I think he probably nailed it. There were some games that I played that were really fun. like so in high school in Mission Bay, we played this playoff game where it was like super foggy, and it was just the atmosphere was amazing. It was like a playoff atmosphere for or like a college atmosphere. It was really dope. Or in college, we played against Kentucky, and there was like 4 overtime games, and because you're so in the moment trying to win, you're not focused on, this is amazing, dog. Like 4 overtime games in the SEC championship is on the line. You don't get to enjoy or revel in that until you actually win, right? I think that's probably it. Just kind of reliving some of those moments where I didn't really get to enjoy, or like my family growing up. We were always just like broke, so it was never like fun in the time. But like sometimes like my mom would whip up some shit out of nowhere, and we'd have a great dinner. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But at the time, I was like, God damn, I can't wait to get out of this. You know what I mean? But yeah, something like that. What about you, Jay?
I'd probably say playing Manhunt.
Playing what?
Manhunt.
What is that?
It's like
Arian.
You don't know
We
what
need to get
Manhunt
you
is?
on Manhunt.
I don't know what Manhunt is.
Wow, it's like I don't know. We used to play as kids. It's like when it was darker outside and everybody would go hide, and we'd try to find them.
Hide and seek.
Yeah.
But
is it
cooler.
different?
But in the dark.
Yeah, but in the dark.
Manhunt.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the difference between hide and seek and Manhunt?
Manhunt's cooler.
Manhunt's like
Okay, but what's the difference though?
It's just cooler.
more outside,
At
I
night.
guess.
At night in the dark.
Yeah.
Is there like a boundary, or you just like cats was running 3 blocks down the?
Yeah,
There was usually a
as far as you
boundary.
could go.
yeah,
basically.
sometimes there was like a couple blocks for sure.
Manhunt. I've
Yeah.
never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool game.
You want to play Manhunt?
Yeah, I'd play it again.
We should do Manhunt here in the big gym.
Well, just the whole office.
Oh, that'd be lit.
I mean,
Yeah.
the gym is pretty open. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
the
true.
whole office. Turn off all the lights.
office would be cool.
I'm
We
down.
should do that. Should be a JAD.
We were thinking about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's tough with cameras and everything
Cameras
being
Yeah.
dark.
Well, you do it every Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Some type of cooking thing. Like a cooking challenge type of thing.
What are you cooking?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be lit.
I was very impressed with last week. I thought you would be there on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
What was it?
GeoGuessr? You ever play that game? It's like they show you a map and it's just a picture and you got to figure out.
Oh,
Where it
there's
is.
a dude I follow on Instagram that does that.
Yeah.
Which is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, he's
but
really
it's
good.
Talented.
Rainbow, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's really good.
So
Yeah.
he had to get 5 states in a row.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
How do you even begin to?
Well, there's clues on different, cars will say maybe an area code or
Gotcha.
there's a political sign or
Gotcha.
something like that,
Gotcha.
You got to maneuver your way around.
That's dope. Man.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's dope. Okay. What about you? What would you relive, Big T?
I don't know. That's such a how sentimental do you want to get? I guess
It's your memory, man.
I don't know. I feel like it would be trivial to say something like, I think about going to. My grandpa lived in Daytona when I was a kid, so we'd go to Daytona for the summer and stay for 2 weeks. That was awesome. Stuff with my great grandma, who was the coolest person ever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, I guess. That you don't appreciate as much when you're
In it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid and just oh yeah, that's Baba, she'll be here forever. And
Youth
then
is
they're
wasted on
not.
the young.
Yep.
Damn. We're gonna end on a depressing note. Jerry, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Shout out JJ.
Yeah, shout out JJ. I appreciate that voicemail too. That's good. That's a good question.
I thought his question was going to be about
political,
the whole
yeah.
lead up.
Yeah.
I had an answer ready.
Yeah. But honestly, I know I
I
said
just
it.
wanted to give you your flowers.
Guess what I'm saying? I say it a lot on this podcast, but my relationship with you has really changed how I view the other side, and it's not necessarily I don't attribute your qualities to everybody, but I'm more lenient towards how I judge people on the other side of the aisle now.
What I was going to say, though, is I think so many conversations now, even if they are people from one side and the other, it's 10 minutes and then that's it. And you're never going to, you and I didn't like each other for probably a year.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, it wasn't a year.
I don't know. I didn't like you for a while.
When did you start growing your beard?
Summer of 22.
No, so it was. I liked you. I liked you before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like so,
but the beard like really helped. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't trust people that shave their face.
Okay.
It's just a weird thing to
Why?
me. I don't know. It's just a weird like.
I feel like if you
You're
just,
trying too hard.
I think if you polled the public, it would be the opposite.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's why
A lot of people like
no
clean
president's had a beard in 100 years.
I feel like that's just traditional though. Like
I think it's like an
okay,
image
if
thing.
you see a dude that's clean shaven, my first thought is like that's like why are you doing that? That's my first thought. I was like, what? Why are you?
I've never thought about it one
who
way
are
or the
you
other.
doing that for? Is my first.
Okay,
because
but-
the natural thing is to wake up and just be.
But put it this way.
'Cause it hurts, bro. Be honest. When you shave it or the stubbies start growing in and you have to constantly keep
That's why
doing
I
it.
never had a beard.
It's work though.
I wouldn't shave for weeks, and then it would get a little stub, like a little too, and then I would shave it.
Yeah.
So I had to go for like a couple months to even get it to where it was like kind of looked like a beard, which is why I'd never done it. But if you see somebody with like a crazy long beard,
I fuck with that. It means I look at that.
I don't like it or dislike it. I'm just saying I think most people would, if you showed them someone with a really scraggly, crazy beard and someone who was clean shaven, and you said which person's more trustworthy, they would say the clean shaven.
See, I would say the beard by 1,000 times. This is why you're not afraid to be who you are. You not trying to put up a front to assume the clean cut shaving. That's a front. Unless you genuinely enjoy shaving pretty much every day, which I don't know who would like that. And so like when I see a clean face, I'm just like I don't trust it.
I need to see if there's any data on this.
There's got to be. You don't have any thoughts like when you see a dude with a clean shaven face? Like,
No, I just remember like I don't know, and maybe it's different from like Italian families. But my dad always wanted me to have a clean face.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to have a clean face. I always
Right.
wanted to have a beard.
Right.
But I don't know, until I was like 18, 17, I had a clean face.
Right.
But I can grow a beard at 17.
That's wild. Actually.
And I just didn't grow it because I would always be clean shaven.
Yeah.
But I could never go clean shaven anymore ever again.
It's not comfortable.
No.
It's like because you have to do it so
Yeah, it's
off. Like
terrible.
I just got an edge up 3 days ago and I can already feel the stubbies
Yeah.
coming back. That's annoying. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I would have to like continue to do this every
Yeah.
day. Hell no.
A survey from 2018.
Okay.
Upon being asked, all other things being equal, would you say a man wearing a beard gives you blank? 15% responded with a less favorable impression, while 8% responded more favorable. 77 said unaffected. Asked who they found most attractive, 35% of all respondents said clean shaven. 14% said with a beard and mustache.
This is 2000 what?
18.
See, I think that's changed.
8% said only a mustache and 4% said only a beard.
I don't know many women that prefer the baby face. Women, what say you?
Seems like
Beard for sure.
I think as I've
Personally.
gotten older, a beard has become more, or not necessarily a beard, but like some sort of stubble.
I agree.
I don't think necessarily a full beard.
I think it depends on your look too.
I also think you and I
Yeah,
have, Mackenzie and I
sure.
have like the same type, and I think that involves people that usually have beards.
Yeah, like I like mustaches too, but you have to like have the look.
Yeah.
It like definitely depends.
There's a caveat to my not trusting
Hmm.
Denzel. I trust that guy. When he's clean shaven.
I was gonna say, wait, doesn't Denzel? He has.
It's based on your look. Like some people
Yeah.
can do that, some
Yeah.
can't.
I think.
I don't know,
I think
man.
at least like something on the face shows almost a level of maturity.
It's this, to me it's like a level of confidence. You are more confident now that you have a beard.
I don't know that I've noticed that, but
What about y'all? Do you think he's a little bit more confident? I think he's a little bit more.
I think
I
you're
was
also a
never
little-
even here for the non-bearded days.
I think you're more comfortable with yourself and your on this show specifically, your space on this show since the
yeah, but
beard.
that could be unrelated. We don't know. That's
We
just
don't know.
with doing it.
It true, but it's
I will say I can't look at pictures of myself without a beard now.
it's wild, right?
I hate it.
It does look so funny.
Oh, I can't. I look like a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
I can't look at it.
I agree, man. That shit looks weird.
Yeah, I think something on the face, but again, but like someone who has the type and build of like a Timothy Chalamet, I don't think you need that.
I definitely know who that is.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Skinny white dude, actor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look him up.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
take your
like,
word for it.
yeah, like he, I don't think needs a beard, but like I think someone like a Jason Kelsey type.
You brought him up a couple of times. There's a thing there, huh?
He's become, as Travis has gotten bigger, the ladies have found out about Jason as well, and he's become more of a cult hero.
Naturally, yeah. He's like the quintessential like American white guy when I think of like, you know, he's like, beer. I like to drink beer with my guys on the truck.
But he's
vibes.
not like his personality isn't like that.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, I don't know him enough. But
he's like, he seems like not like beard dude guy.
That's actually good for him. He's capitalized off my brother's dating a global superstar.
I think they're making a ton of money
I mean,
that podcast.
Of course.
He's still in the NFL, or he used to be, I guess.
Yeah.
I
mean,
he was
I saw
like one of the best centers.
Yeah, I saw
Right, so
something.
he has his own accord.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we should be able to keep this in the show, but that the Kelseys are looking for a $100 million podcast deal.
I think that's confirmed.
That's brazy.
Yeah.
I heard that the other day. They got it.
Oh, that they got it? I just thought that they were
the
searching.
Swifty effect.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure.
crazy.
Shout out to them, man.
Because like Call Her Daddy got $60 million,
And that was,
and that was insane. I don't remember Joe Rogan's exact.
His was
Spotify deal.
100.
Yeah.
It was
So,
100.
yeah.
And he just put out a comedy special. Did you see that, Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to
didn't-
talk
I
about
didn't think it
that.
was
Can we do
funny.
that real quick, or is it too?
Yeah, no. I
shit was ass, though.
It was so not funny.
Just keep it a bean.
Yeah, it was
dog.
corny.
And like I agreed with some of the stuff he was saying, but like it was just so not
Joe
funny.
is like moderate right, I would say, you know, with some left leaning things. But it had nothing to do the funny or not funny had nothing to do
right
with that. Because like there's some funny conservative comedy. It's rare, but there's some out there. But that just was basically him doing a podcast but just yelling it.
And it was like all the COVID jokes, like I guess you could still have some funny COVID jokes, but they better be really funny because it's been 4 years.
Yeah, it wasn't witty.
Yeah,
It wasn't
was
witty.
not.
And so
It made me appreciate, because I really enjoy stand-up comedy. It made
it's
me
one of my favorite things in
really
the world.
appreciate like good
Yeah.
stand-up comics.
Well, see, and there hasn't been a lot of really great stand-up comedy as of late, in my opinion. But I alluded to this. You remember when we had Andrew Schultz on?
Mm-hmm.
So I alluded to this to Andrew, right? I don't really view Rogan as a comedian. Like, it's not like I don't want to disrespect his craft. Like, you know, that's how he got his start, right? But to me, he was more like of a public figure. Like, he was on like Fear Factory, a show host, stuff like that. And he did comedy, but I don't think he was ever known for his comedy. Now, he blew up because of his podcast, and it's probably the most popular podcast in the world, right? But he had roots in comedy, so in his mind, like I could see how he sees this, but like in his mind, he was always a comedian, right, at heart.
And he talks on the show like he is the standard bearer of like how to be good at comedy.
I wouldn't go that far, but there has like when this is how I noticed, like when he has a comedian on, his demeanor changes. Like it's like two peers talking, right? But even then, I would always be like, but I've saw his comedy before. It was just never funny to me. And so this to me is tough to watch because like his stage is so big. Like he has such a big presence because of what he's been able to do. But I don't think his comedy is polished enough to have a stand up like that.
I would say I was shocked at how much I did not enjoy it.
Yeah,
like
I never laughed. I just giggled like one time. I was like, oh, that was all right. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was a tough watch. I genuinely like Rogan. I was on Rogan. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but like that objectively, it can't be objectively, but personally, it was a tough watch.
Yeah, it was tough.
It's tough because it's like I don't like to watch people like fail. I don't like to watch.
Yeah,
it,
definitely don't watch the Kill Tony show.
What's the Kill Tony show?
You never heard of Kill Tony? Great show. I actually just got put onto it. It's like where this guy hosts a show and there's like he picks like different...
Jerry, you have amazing eyelashes.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Has anybody ever told you that?
Yeah, they're pretty long, right?
Yeah, you have like fantastic eyelashes. That shit's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's wild.
Have
right?
you ever seen his eyelashes?
Yeah, they're long.
Look at his eyelashes.
They're like really
like
long.
he's batting them at me.
But it's this show where like they get like random people from the audience and they do 60 seconds of stand up and they just bomb.
Yeah.
And then they just get roasted by the the panel.
That's fire.
It's crazy. Fun.
What Kill Tony? What's
Tony.
it on?
YouTube every Monday.
Okay.
Or I think every
There's
Monday.
some funny stand up on there.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, but shout out to Dreaming though. It's hard. Anybody who's ever done stand up, have you ever done stand up?
No, I'm nervous. I'm too nervous
shit
to
ain't
do it.
easy, dog.
Yeah, I'm too nervous.
I did it. I think I said it before, but I did it. We had a comedy drive for a hurricane that came to Houston, and so I hosted it. And so, but I did like a 5-minute set before I brought out the real comedians. I did pretty good. I didn't bomb, but it's just not easy to come up with nothing, and just create create comedy. It's really hard to do, man. So I have a bunch of respect for it. Not something I could do on like a special day. Yeah. So like I'm not critiquing them from like a hating place. That shit is hard, dog. But it was a hard watch.
How much do you think he got paid for that? Because Netflix has only done those live things with like Chris Rock and like a couple other people.
10 mil, 5 mil.
I bet it was a lot.
I don't know. I don't think he's known for comedy like that anymore.
But he's a huge
presence,
like draw.
I think he still does like comedy shows at his place in Austin.
Yes, he does. He opened
like
up
every
a whole
week.
Yeah, he opened up a whole comedy store in Austin for that, because when he was in LA, he used to go to the comedy store. And so like when I say I'm a huge comedy fan, I used to go like to the Tuesdays, the Thursday, because I used to stay out in LA a lot. So I used to go to all the comedy shows, Laugh Factory, comedy. So I used to go to all of them shits and just go. You see like a lot of like talent who have broken on the scene but were not known then. That's what's fun about the comedy store or just comedy clubs and comedy hopping. And he used to go all the time. By far the funniest improv comedian I've ever seen is it sucks, but Chris D'Elia. Have you seen him?
Oh, I used to love him.
Dog, he is
D'Elia?
D'Elia.
Okay, gotcha.
A genius at like crowd work.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh my god,
he's really good.
Likes to talk to underage girls though. That sucks. Yeah. Don't do that. Well, we appreciate you coming on, big dog. Shout out to you and your eyelashes.
Thank you.
Yep. So we'll see y'all on. We don't know what the topic is going to be. Trying to convince Big T, but he doesn't seem like he's budging.
Well, you're trying to get Nick, right?
Yeah, we can get Nick.
Nick or KB.
It's whatever. We'll figure it out.
All right.
We'll figure it out. But love y'all. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Do what you got to do. We'll see y'all on Thursday, August 8th.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Oh, that's my mama's birthday.